The biggest and baddest tournament in the world here, ending in the Southeast, is culminating. It is finally time to crown a champion here for Guilty Gear Strive. Welcome back to CEO 2026. My name is ProXY, and it's just like the dining room table at home. Joining me, my partner in crime, KingJobber, my man. I'm so glad to see you. So happy to have you on, man.
So happy to be here with you, ProXY. It has been 5 long years of Guilty Gear Strive, but the competition has only gotten more fierce. We're seeing a lot of familiar names here in this top 8 and a lot of first-timers in CEO top 8 as well. Let's take a look at that bracket and see who we got.
Absolutely, pulling on up, taking it through the winner's side. We have RedIAmNot facing first against Ticklememour. On the other side of that winners is TNS's very own Cheryo facing off against Peluna.
Yeah, Peluna, very exciting to see Peluna here in the top 8. And then on the loser side of things, this loser side is insane. Nitro up against Hotashi, and then UMISHO versus Kshuewhatdamoo. Those are all EVO champions.
Top to bottom, kind of an unreal situation we found ourselves in. But I continue to say that at the beginning of every single top 8 because Guilty Gear Strive continues to find us in those positions. It is unbelievable the type of matches we are going to get to bring you all today. Thank you very much for sticking with us and being here for this tournament now, as we are going to go straight up to the ring now with the man of the hour, the one who's going to be leading us in. It is Jake Ryan.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to CEO Guilty Gear Strive Top 8. Can you make some noise for me, CEO? We have an incredible roster of players, EVO champs, more than you can count, and we will decide our 2026 Guilty Gear Strive champion today. We are starting with none other than one of Orlando, Florida's best players. Hailing Team Oni, it is RedIAmNot!
Very serene. Rest in peace, White Wildness. You will not be missed.
Or maybe you will, unfortunately. Being put to rest one last time, but Red, the type of player who has proved we can succeed without it. If you couldn't succeed with it, you don't deserve to succeed without it. And Red has continued to show that the results can come.
Let's get some F's in the chat.
Please.
One last rest in peace to Wild Assault. I'm getting a little emotional, bro.
Don't miss it. I'm not going to lie. I just don't. We're in a better place now. Jake Ryan, who else we got?
I mean, my condolences first. That was pretty sad. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I've been there. I'm a Soul player, so I get it. But we have another player from my side of the woods coming in here. It is going to be Seattle's finest, Bad Moon, Ticklememour!
Oh, yeah. Bad Moon. Much different vibe here with this entrance. A lot more, lively. You're gonna step right over the White Wild Assault death.
Says not something I need myself. Ticklememour, obviously a fantastic competitor here, like we've said, playing out of the Pacific Northwest. Definitely excited to see what kind of look we can bring here. Obviously coming into what could be a very volatile matchup, obviously, which you really can say just by the virtue, not even taking into the other character, just by knowing that Goldlewis is involved, volatility is going to be there.
Goldlewis alone having to weather the storm that is those behemoth typhoons. Ever since this character released, he has been a force of nature in Guilty Gear Strive, and throughout all the changes, still staying up in that upper echelon, making top 8 after top 8. You cannot put the Secretary of Absolute Defense down.
Which is extra funny because the Secretary of Absolute Defense absolutely mauling people. The Guard Crush offense. If you're not familiar with the character, if you're not familiar with the modern game of Guilty Gear Strive, this is a character that puts you in block stun. And if you are not prepped, if you do not understand where the gaps are, where to challenge, and how to escape, you are going to take combos worth of chip from this special move. He has one very heavily loaded special move called the Behemoth Typhoon, and get used to it. You are going to see it a ton because, I mean, that's just optimal play.
Absolutely, and you know what they always say, the best defense is an absolute offense, right? So that is exactly what we're going to see here from RedIAmNot. Has been piloting this character for a long time. You mentioned back in the Wild Assault era, one of those characters who really leaned deep into the Wild Assault, but once it was taken away, really had no issues adjusting whatsoever.
Yeah, there was definitely a growing period where everybody, I think, was getting used to having to play certain situations a little bit more on the straight and narrow, but once everybody kind of got their sea legs and were resettled in, everything seemed all right from there.
I thought we were
that was
refusing the
RPS.
fist bumps?
I thought the first one was RPS.
Oh, they picked the stage?
Yeah, I think. Regardless, though, looking like we're letting the eagle fly. Fist bump has rocked. I believe we're going to be getting straight into the action here. Yes, we are. CEO 2026. Let's begin with Guilty Gear Strive.
Now, this is a matchup that we've seen time and time again has not really been Eno favored, right? Goldlewis was counterpicked for Eno a lot of the time in earlier seasons of Strive. That Behemoth Typhoon is just so good at shutting off the approach from the air.
And in those earlier cases, we didn't have that security gauge to be able to cancel the way that we do now, as right away the Cryptid 6P finds the mark. A quick swing of the Behemoth one more time, and round one goes to the wayside in a hurry for Red.
The burst is gone from Tickle as well. That buffed far slash mind you here in this version throws the stroke, the big tree, and crosses you up. That's big Millia.
Absolutely, lands us with a cross up there. Okay, clean connection, burst for momentum, tries to keep corner, and of course, the Behemoth stops the attempt. No stroke available here through the wall. Once again, positive bonus, but a little kabong.
Oh no. Yeah, going for the quick PRC there. A little left-right action. Nice pickup. Gonna get the wall break. No super spend, so the positive bonus is gonna give us a lot of meter in that burst back immediately. But here it comes, the orbital laser. Dom, get the hammer.
Absolutely, went for the hop over. Deflect shield buys a little bit of room. HCL, and actually utilizes Psycho Crusher for that extra little extension. And pulls it out early. The super commando to break on through. I do believe it'll be just enough as the round goes to the opposite side.
Megalomania, one of the highest damage supers in the game. It's rare to see it. That's why it always hits.
It's unblockable. I mean, it's a commando, but 2K2D works out beautifully, misses the Behemoth, but manages to keep pressure. That is a max security drone as we keep it on.
Oh, that dash and really late block on it too, but still able to. Immediate burst. Yep, send out the drone to cover any approach.
I thought the drone for sure was going to answer. Tickle with the perfect timing, but a quick little stop of the yard ends up getting the anti-air, and again, big Millia stuff on the cross up there.
That 5K, a big disjointed normal, has a higher hitbox than you would expect, able to catch Millia out of her forward dash. In this version of the game, Goldlewis did get slight nerfs to the security gauge, to the Behemoth Typhoon. Doesn't feel noticeable, but what is noticeable is the buffs to a lot of his buttons. We've been seeing Red swing with that far slash a lot more because now you can actually combo far slash into Behemoth Typhoon off of a backdash punish.
One thing I was just about to mention too is that anti-air close slash change for a lot of the characters here. I feel like Goldlewis is totally fine. 2P is still the Lord's normal. We can absolutely still get the job done, but it doesn't matter here. No anti-air is available. It's a break of the wall and a hard knockdown for Tickle.
Gonna get some good Oki off this, just goes for the double overhead, hits the low afterwards. Wall breaker reset, goes for the reset here, just wants to squeeze out the extra damage in the throw. OTG is gonna do it.
Definitely the right call in a situation like that. Already have full burst, no reason to reset the neutral to try and get those extra pieces of resources. Definitely the correct call as we get that anti-air trade and already have pressed Red to the corner.
Oh, immediate burst though. Red did not want to get set through the wall, didn't want to give Tickle any more of that positive bonus, but a clean 2S into the follow-up. Trade with that bionic elbow, that 2P.
That was actually crazy too. Actually punished the blocked 6P in the air because we fell into the drone. The timing was so unfortunate. But again, 2K2D whiffing twice in a row. Luckily for Tickle, it's not something we're too worried about. It's a pixel of life left here for Red.
Yeah, not a lot of meter, but you don't need it. Just needs to find that last touch, staggering those 2Ks. The 2S whips! What a PRC there from Red.
Every round is even until Goldlewis's health is 0.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, you're dead! Down with the system!
Every round against Goldlewis is even until he's dead. A life deficit is not a deficit. This is one of those characters that can absolutely make it happen. Tickle, though, way to keep that presence of mind still. staying focused, gets the burst out, managed to keep pressure, but unfortunately now is going to take 46 big ones.
Oh, and then that 2S, another newly buffed normal as well. Look at that. Behemoth is going to drop there, trying to go for the input, messed it up, got the 2H.
So fine here though, 6B into the stroke. RC tries to go empty low, great mash.
Oh, the deflect shield pushing now, but the Behemoth swings right back in.
Double up, maybe a triple up, absolutely. Keep it rolling. Like I said, the chip damage starts to add up. No meter on the side of Tickle. Just has to weather the storm. It's a great backdash, but hasn't been able to poke out yet.
Red actually creating a little bit of space there that allowed Tickle to escape. Gets the JD into the follow-up here. You cannot break the wall. You have to hold on to this pressure in the corner as long as possible.
Doubling up with the overheads. Oh no, and again, it just keeps happening. He can't keep getting away with this.
He absolutely can't. He's gonna keep doing it. Ticklememour tying things up one apiece here in the first game of top 8.
If anything, you've done a great job to condition for the future. You have set the trap. Double command throw this early. I mean, that's something to think about.
All right, but the overhead is going to connect, and you are back into the Goldlewis vortex. Behemoth after Behemoth, guessing for your life. Ooh, throwing just before the drone connects. Very nice into the wall break for the positive bonus.
Quick swing, doesn't work out. Doubles up with the Behemoth again. Nice little poke, and ends up with a trade to 2P. A touch too far, though.
All right, 2K2D, we're going to burst off of that. Just don't want to allow us to get any set play going, but here comes the laser to force an interaction.
So smart, though. Spends meter for meter, bar for bar, ends up working out in their favor, but still a huge life deficit that we cannot overcome. A hell of a cross-up, but still full burst.
Yeah, a lot of confidence here from Tickle as well. That 5P on the big Behemoth Typhoon attempt was confidence to swing back. You have to be willing to challenge sometimes against Goldlewis.
Chance again. Fortissimo, breakthrough, 50% meter, 50% life taken out, excuse me. Max security gauge, we get the IBFD. Doesn't earn us much, but still, you know, for the fans.
Oh, with a 2K coming out immediately into the Behemoth. One hit confirmed, swap the side. Tried to bait out the burst just a little bit, but it was a nice delay there from Tickle.
At the exact right idea, as we fade on backwards, the laser still cometh. Bad situation now as we try to look for the cross up here. Good jump back, but things are getting a little scrambly. Tickle with a great punish, though. Good presence of mind after the PRC to realize that the Psycho Crusher certainly would land.
And gets the wall break here, and it's right back to neutral. Unfortunately, we did use mirror to break the wall, so the tension gain is not as high as it would be. Overhead is going to connect, and that's going to be another round.
Once again, the Behemoth cometh. What can you possibly do to escape the situation? The overhead easily finding the mark, and now we're down to the wire here. 2-1, and what a whiff punish around start.
The Behemoth, a demonic move here in the right hands. RedIAmNot once again unleashing the Typhoon and unleashing down with the system to break the wall.
Pixel of life left. Gotta FD everything. Have to play perfect, and unfortunately perfection is not on your side this time. A perfect for Red and down to set point.
Tickle still with the burst here. Immediate spend there from Red. Red has been spending burst the moment that they get hit to really cut off any kind of momentum that Tickle can gain. All right, hits the 6B. Just throwing out JDs like in Season 1.
Okay. Oh no, we've shown our hand. We've got 51 bullets waiting for you here. Double up with the Behemoth, used all of the security, but what an air-to-air and what a battle back.
Gotta watch out for the command grab attempt once again. Looks like Red was trying to press because they were expecting a Megalomania, but now Tickle just looping the offense into a Fortissimo to break down the wall. Oh, no! God, no! I can't look!
My God, Eno is broken in half, and RedIAmNot advances. What a finish there, a hell of a read, and it works out perfectly.
Just so unfortunate, had the right idea with the throw, but Red was already churning. The look on Eno's face, that was the look on my face.
Uh-oh. Dude, what a call out. Certainly the correct decision there. RedIAmNot cruising through the winner's side. Ticklememour, though, obviously still not quite out of it yet. An opportunity to climb through the loser's bracket, having earned that winner's side top 8 spot. That was, if there's any indication of how the rest of this tournament is going to go, what an electric way to get us started. If you need a reminder of what else we got coming up here, let's take a look at this bracket. As you've seen already, winner's side, we've got one more coming up to the winners, which is Cheryo versus Peluna.
Oh yes, that is going to be more Goldlewis action up against the Dizzy. And, you know, if Cheryo wins this, we're going to be seeing some big, meaty men in the winners finals. But of course, on the loser side, we still have awaiting the 4 EVO champion lineup: Nitro, Hotashi, UMISHO, and Kshuewhatdamoo.
Star-studded, to say the least. A tournament of champions, but you know, when you're playing it out for the Winged Eagle, when you're playing for the you know, the big gold belt, that is definitely something you need to have. It is so cool to see this much talent in one place. And I mean, CEO, it's just it brings that out of people. Having the intros, having one of the coolest trophies ever in fighting games. I mean, if there was ever a place to go all out, this has got to be it.
The players have been going all out all weekend, going all out with the entrances as well. And let's see who we got coming out next. Jake?
That was some pretty good Guilty Gear, right, everybody?
Pretty good.
Hell yeah! I know that we've got a crowd favorite coming up. I don't think they need much introduction because we've got more Behemoth Typhoons coming up. We have TNS's Pride and Joy, Cheryo!
With the whole gang, too. With the substitute? What is this?
Wait, yeah, is that the substitute it's going to turn into him? Live transformation?
That's what it's feeling like.
They've asked me for a wave check. Can we get a wave check?
Uh-oh.
Wave check, wave check, wave check, wave check. Oh!
What is happening? I'm so confused, Proxy.
Wait a second. Wait a second. There he is. Cheryo says, hold the phone. The substitute's got nothing.
Hold on, is this the real wave check? Hold up.
Wave check, wave check.
Oh! Get out of the way, let's see it.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, where'd they get to sign? Hey, but you know, Cheryo coming to the stage with you know, a plethora of the homies here. Big shout out to the entire crew. That was fantastic.
I love when players get the whole community involved, right?
Of course.
Their entrance, right? It's like the community earned it as much as they did.
I like your cut, G.
Thanks, Jake.
You got it, Proxy. This next player is cut from a whole different cloth. 7-0 record to get here. EVO champs in her path. It's none other than Queen Dizzy herself, Peluna!
Peluna making their first top 8 appearance here at CEO with the Queen Dizzy.
I was going to say, she has absolutely been tearing it up time and time again, has been building a ton of momentum, proved herself online quite a few times, offline has the same results, showing, listen, the hard work can pay off. And again, it's something you have to think about when you have a character like Dizzy, who was so underexplored for such a long time. Do you have experience in the matchup at the level that Peluna plays it at? It's always something you've got to think, because obviously everyone has run into Dizzy before, but have you played one of these
Peluna's
gamers?
Dizzy, especially when you're playing a big body character who's on the slower side, right? That is going to be difficult to deal with when you're trying to navigate the ice spike or the ice field. And the way that Peluna plays this character, especially getting a little bit of love in 2.0 as well, right? Dizzy stocks rising up, even though Peluna has been one of the very few people who's been able to push this character to the highest level.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the #1 things I wanted to point out, and I'm glad that you mentioned it here. Big body character, whether it's roasting chestnuts or catching fish, it is very, very difficult to close distance in this matchup, especially when the dance floor comes out. There is so much you have to keep track of mentally, as well as if you get the dance floor up, you're full screen, you ever get caught with like no security, something like that, Wings of Light pop up, you're on a timer. You're on a very rough timer. If the distance gets closed on Peluna's dime and the Wings of Light are at a decent timer, your health bar is just gone. There's just not a lot you can do.
And in the event that you actually do try to challenge, that's kind of what Dizzy wants, right? Dizzy wants you to overextend and make a mistake because you see the wings come out. So either way, it is a win-win for Dizzy. I like that you mentioned the chestnuts and the fishing because I'm pretty sure we got both of those here at CEO. I've been seeing the fishing bracket going on.
It's a bracket?
It's whoever gets the largest fish gets free entry to CEO next year.
That's peak, actually.
I know, it's crazy.
Listen, one of the many wacky things you can have here at CEO, obviously, but like we said, Guilty Gear Strive are still running strong, headed in to the other side of our winners bracket here. Obviously, Cheryo and Peluna about ready to go.
Gotta pick the right music for the occasion here. Carp DM, good choice. And even 5 years later, we cannot escape the Council of Three. But it's okay, I understand.
It actually is one of the best stages. We've just seen it.
It is. It is one of the best stages.
Yeah.
Very plus R energy on that stage.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, but listen, he's got Goku locked in. We'll see how it goes here for Cheryo. Facing off against Peluna on the opposite side of winners here. Continuing to round out this top 8, getting closer and closer to getting that belt sent home with someone. Hopefully it doesn't have to go too far. I'd love to see the Southeast keep it. I'm not going to lie. I keep my bias out of it, but
I'm with you too there, brother. But it is going to be Queen Dizzy up against the Son Goku Dickinson here. She's so polite and he's just so rude.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, it might come across in the play styles too. Second match here on the winner's side action. As right away, looks to close distance, gets a decent little chunk, building a bit of meter here and has to burst on that first hit. Do not let that momentum get started.
And here we go. Already got the ice field down and the Wings of Light up, and there we go. Skyfish, the great equalizer, count at 51 hits.
I was going to mention that's one of the #1 things you have to look out for here as we find our headbutts distance close. At max distance, whether it's the drone or that Skyfish, so much to potentially threaten.
Again, just playing that spacing game here, sending out the chestnuts, but unfortunately lands right on the drone, and this one is going to hurt. Opts not go for the super, wants to get the confirm here with the extra meter.
Dash up, easy throw. Opportunity now for mix up here. Fish on the bite back, runs up, and again is able to loop it through.
One more time, send out the Ice Fish into the 6H. Wings of Light are online. Cheryo, it's up to you to make something happen now. Ooh!
I think that counts as something. Does burst though, okay. Fully invested now. Chestnuts once again as we try to release the fish, do whatever we can. Try and keep Goldlewis at distance here, sets it up. It does get the OTG.
Oh, and the jump over to bait out the throw attempt. Nice work there from Peluna. 5D hitting its mark, but didn't have any tension to actually RC it.
Pass meter. The FD a bit here. YRC just before we actually blocked. It gets the jump over. The read on the Skyfish, and Cheryo chooses to hold the burst.
Yeah, understandable. If you burst in that situation, you're one hit away from death, and Dizzy is full screen. How do you make that comeback, right?
Oh, a little drop of the knees, though. Dashes up. I think for sure that looked like Cheryo's attempted to throw. Either way, Peluna tech turns into a throw of our own.
Set up the Ice Fish once again into the 5D. This time actually able to pick up off of it thanks to the layup there from the Ice Fish.
That's not what I was expecting, but it does end up working out. YRC, once again, has been the premier defensive choice so far for Peluna. Has been working out as we use that quick little super dash to get out.
Not creating that space, that far slash multi-hitting. JD sent out the fire bubble. Deep dash in, but this time Cheryo was ready.
I love the jabs. Got the burst. Chance now as we look to slowly close distance, but the retreating normals end up working out beautifully as Peluna, first game on the board, spaces it out wonderfully. And again, really touching on all the points we highlighted. Picture perfect as far as the zoning game goes, it feels like.
Yeah, playing that zoning game really well, and also not only that, playing the kind of set play game really well, right? Getting that 2K duty, setting up the ice fish and mixing you up. We saw a lot of that there in the first round. But you have to mix it up. You can't keep it the same, which is exactly what Peluna's doing, that in-and-out, hit-and-run game plan. And
listen, we see it all the time with all these characters in this game. Strike throw remains king, got the sweep, had to burst. It was a combo with Wings of Light already initiated. And the PRC, that little wave dash back.
Yeah, just creating space to not get hit by that far slash. Ops to burst there. Would have been really difficult for Peluna to have to deal with the pressure from Cheryo. Sliding on the ice with the drone was kind of genius. Ooh, what? Double juke! The dead zone? Yeah, the dead zone of Behemoth Typhoon if you're too close.
Peak performance here, abusing it out. And of course, because we have the extra little momentum forward, the multi-hit works perfectly. A quick pop of the laser. The Peluna, a game and around halfway to victory here in the winner's side.
In full control right now of the tempo of this matchup. Cheryo has been the one having to answer all of the questions, hasn't been able to ask any of them.
Oh my God, it's more of the same. Michael Sword, tap the overhead, Wings of Light, makes you overthink it, tries to match, it doesn't work, and the burst finally does come through.
Again, sliding on the drone, but that Michael Sword pushes you so far back. Great challenges, though, from Cheryo on the Wings of Light, though. Wings of Light has not popped a single time so far in this set.
And a lot of the timings we've been going for have definitely been working out here. Dashes up, continues with Behemoth's YRC, continues again to be the premier defensive option. Here's Peluna, sinks the throw and looks for the mix-up one more time as the timing on the fish is certainly not real. The fake fish works out 2 games straight for Queen Dizzy.
That's right, the fish is there to follow up after Dizzy goes for a meaty option, right? And you can absolutely go for meaty throws, which we had not seen yet. So Peluna digging deep into the bag here, trying to keep everything as mixed up as possible, right? Not showing one option more than once back to back.
Yeah, being able to keep it fresh is the most important thing you can do in a game like this, especially considering the fact that, again, we saw it in the previous set and we're seeing it here again. We could see it here again. If Goldlewis gets room to roam, if you start to block in those situations, if you incorrectly utilize one defensive mechanic. Oh, hold on.
Interesting.
Hold on. I have heard. I don't even bring it up anymore because we've never seen it, but I have heard legend.
The rumors?
I've heard legend of a Kai.
Oh,
a legend. I have not heard legend of this.
Well, we're hovering over thinking about it. I think this is just a tease. I don't think this is actually going to happen. Yeah.
I was going to say, listen, Goku got us here. You got to stick it out as we are going to stick it one more time. Goldlewis locked in for the remainder of the set here.
The approach is really difficult, but we did see some good ideas early on with the Skyfish, right? The gun. So maybe trying to find more avenues that you could do that full screen, score that knockdown, and then just dash all the way across to get that meaty Behemoth.
Because I do think we got scared off of it a little bit here because it did work early, like you said, but then we got one instant air dash over from Peluna, and we've kind of left that that option to the wayside.
That was a pretty close one, though, right? Pulling out the gun just a little too close. Nice 2H off of the ice to get the wall splat.
Wings of Light still cracking down little by little. We're getting closer and closer to Doomsday here. Doubles up and finally ends up having to block because we unload the full clip.
Well, we're now having to dash in. Wings of Light just zoning out full screen. We're sitting on 100 tension. The moment this pops, your life is forfeit. Oh, there it is. YRC shutting down the wings right before activation. 100%
of our security and 100% of our meter has gone into defensively answering Peluna's options here. We're in such a nightmare scenario. Goldlewis, this guy wants to fight, man.
So I'm saying Cheryo has not had an opportunity to ask any questions to Peluna, has just been having to answer all of them, and unfortunately is failing the test right now, Proxy.
Yeah, pop quiz, buddy. Strike throw once again. Set point for Peluna.
Set point and full burst on deck, and to spend it immediately again, shutting down any ounce of momentum that Cheryo could have built up off of that counter hit.
Secondary OTG dashes up, the restand mix up here, very nice. The wall gets broken, it's a 2-touch game now.
Oh, an immediate burst there too. Knew that was going to lead to a wall break and a hard knockdown. The sliding far slash into the OTG.
This is where you want to be as Goldlewis here. Nice tech though, Peluna! Crazy defense and is straight back again. Just no chance for Cheryo to get anything rolling.
They confirm here, dash up into the super. That should be it. Able to break the wall and close it out. Peluna with the 3-0.
The crack of the laser ends up working perfectly, and now top 3 guaranteed. You know, for Peluna, for Dizzy, something I don't think a lot of people, if you saw the release of the character, never would have thought. But again, pushing this character to the limit, super well deserved, but obviously not the last we'll see of Cheryo. Still into the loser side, still an opportunity to be able to climb even further on. But for now, that is a guaranteed podium spot for Peluna.
That's right, and Peluna going through the Goldlewis gauntlet, right? Taking down one Goldlewis, and now, if she wants to make it to grand finals, sit on the top of that throne, has to go through another.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, looking at the character spread here, it's not too bad for Dizzy, actually, when you really consider it. As we look down to the losers now, there's going to be Nitro and Hotashi, as well as UMISHO and Kshuewhatdamoo. So still plenty more action from, you know, some very decorated players here in the losers bracket. We are about to have some of the sickest matches with some of the, and we're getting to the high consequence stuff too. Winners bracket, you've got a little bit of room to roam. As you fall down, you know, the harness is still on. You can still catch yourself. Free climb down here in the losers bracket.
That's right. And this losers bracket is shark infested waters. Some of the best that have ever touched Guilty Gear, whether it be Exert, Strive, or Plus R, all gathering here in this shark infested waters to eat each other alive, ProXY.
Yeah, there is a lot of questions to be answered here. I cannot wait to see what ends up coming through next. Obviously, like we said, down to losers. We'll get down now. Listen, my questions will be answered right away, and the man that has the answers, of course, it's Jake Ryan.
That was an incredible set. Did everybody like seeing that Dizzy showcase? Queen, love it, love it. And this is another queen of the scene. This is a battle of not just sharks, commentators. This is a battle of Evo champions downstairs. It is insane. One of the best players to ever grace the sticks coming up. She used to wield the guns. Now she wields the white fang. It's UMISHO!
And again, as we've said, a player that is more than familiar under the lights, whether it's CEO Evo, has had a ton of breakout performances here, and now at this point, just not surprising to see her in this type of spot. UMISHO, a fantastic rep now.
And the thing is, there's not just one Evo champion down here. There is another that is worthy to step to the stage, to put their hat in the ring, their card in the ring, to try to get the Guilty Gear Strive CEO 2026 belt. And that is none other than Kshuewhatdamoo!
The man that never fails here, the premier Johnny player in Guilty Gear Strive, Kshuewhatdamoo, returning to CEO Top 8 once again, hoping to take home a belt.
I know, definitely one of those players that when you look at the bracket, you definitely expect great things. Top 8 once again, not a surprise in the slightest. Super excited to see people still out here enjoying Johnny as well. I mean, coming from seeing him in Rev 2 and then seeing what he had done in previous iterations, you know, I was a little nervous. And he's come out, everything has kind of worked out well. Guard crush machine, monster of footsies, -20, but who cares? I'm full screen. That's Johnny, baby.
That is right. Of course, making some big changes from Exert over into Strive. Still strong. Kshu, though, for a while, did drop off of the Johnny and picked up the Eno, right? But once 2.0 came, Johnny got some love after those kind of heavy-handed hits, right, earlier on in some of the patches, is now back onto the man that never fails. This character is in a very solid, strong spot in the current state of Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, absolutely more than capable. We see the results. I mean, Johnny players continue to be successful, even just taking it back to Evo, right? We had a ton of Johnny representation getting into the top 16, top 32 type of range. So clearly, you know, the character can get the work done if you're willing to put in the effort here, and Kshu certainly one of the best to do it.
But on the flip side here, though, ProXY, UMISHO, from sword to gun, from soul to chaos, and now on the dual blades, on the lion, Leo Whitefang. This is really where she seems to have found her home in the current version of the game, has really locked into this character. We haven't seen a whole lot of character swapping either. There was that brief moment, too, with Sin when we were waving the flag. Definitely a multi-character specialist, but definitely has found her mark.
Yeah, because I think that is really the nicest thing about Guilty Gear, because this is one of those games where I feel like you should either pick someone who is in the higher echelon of the tiers, the top 10 type of range, and super lock in, or I think this game is actually pretty friendly to being a multi-character specialist here. So I'm glad to see that a player who has been more than capable of being able to do both has found, like you said, a very comfortable home here with the King Leo Whitefang, as we are going to get into our first match here of losers, and we actually are not going to see. We're going from one big hat to the other. It's actually Eno from Kshu here.
Interesting. Okay. So Kshu must feel more confident in this matchup, bringing Eno up against the Leo Whitefang instead of playing Johnny. I guess that makes sense, right? Leo does have access to that flash kick, and flash kick is a good way to kind of negate some of those instant overhead mixes, high and lows from Johnny.
Like that PRC forward, though, very aggressive option. Actually beat out the attempt at the backdash there. Quick little slash forward, paying off well as we sweep the legs. Finally investing that burst to try and get some space, but space is taken back instantaneously. What a JK.
All right, escaping from the corner there with a Cycle Crusher, but still on the back foot, just being run down here by UMISHO. Into the RC, multiple overheads there with the JP.
Okay, follow-up's good. With the stroke, be careful now. The double overhead finds the mark. Opportunities, but he's getting to the wall, breaks through. He's gonna be back to neutral here, but positive bonus gonna be racking up fully.
Oh, flying away. Doesn't want to have anything to do with that 6P, but nice staying grounded with a 6P of their own. And Kshu now is sitting at 100 tension, has plenty of mirror to work with in neutral and on offense.
Yeah. Had to sneak in that overhead there, quick and easy. And again, not being too afraid of the flash kick here, because it's one of those things where you have to respect but you cannot fear. You have to still go to your options. You still have to utilize that hover dash. Bait it out when you can. As you can see, Kshu continues to roll the momentum so heavily in his favor.
Wall break, pause bonus. I like backing up just to buy time to get that 50 tension, right? So important. You don't want to engage if you don't have the meter to do something. And now into another wall break, looping this positive bonus over and over. Even more tension into the fast RC HCL with a perfect.
Yeah, quick little tap on the dome, speeds it up at the perfect tempo. Everything coming up Kshu there in the end. And I mean, no questions asked about the character selection. Eno absolutely looking like the right call here. I mean, just being able to keep offense, keep that tempo, and again, it's kind of been the theme of what we've talked about in this top 8, be the one asking the questions.
And that back turn stance, overhead is going to connect. Kshu wisely bursting before getting put through the wall, but is put right back into the corner again, and what a jump over in that back turn, ProXY.
That quick hop with the stance works out perfectly to beat the throw attempt. Now, Fireball does a little bit of damage again. Anti-airing that normal jump height with the Fireball. A Cycle Crusher into the guard point. Stance is answered.
UMISHO was too afraid to really press anything there, right? Because of the threat of that RC, which we saw come out from Kshu. And now Kshu going for a bit of a reset, not wanting to break the wall here quite yet.
Smart. Less about the mix-up, more about the positional. Saw the slowdown, gets the 5P on the anti-air, runs past, knows it's going to be safe, and gets to take a second turn. Very smart from UMISHO.
Having your back up against the wall, not somewhere you want to be. Banked on the burst, though. Nice block. Are we going to have to break the wall this time? Yeah, time to start getting that positive bonus on deck. The Mad Love Fortissimo.
Oh, trade on the stroke. It just doubles up. The trade be damned. I'll do it again. Little kabong as we break the wall one more time. Just a throw's worth of life. Keep it in mind.
Nice blocks here, though. Kshu doesn't need to overextend, just wait for the proper opening. Beautiful backdash into the RC. And UMISHO, of course, not going to spend the burst there. That would be way too risky.
Not a chance. No reason to be a hero. You've got a full extra round, and now you're in control of that round as UMISHO keep it up-tempo now. Back turn, unstance. Gets the throw on the run through attempt, though.
And baits out the flash kick, fully charged dust. Are you gonna burst this?
Gotta.
Instantly. And it doesn't matter if you block it, right? Because you can't throw burst in this game, but Kshu answers back with a gold burst.
Yeah, and that gold burst momentum is gonna really change things. That little delay into the staggered overhead, everything coming up Kshu now as we get the wall stick again. Psycho Crusher builds to 50, and now a big advantage for Kshu.
Just needs to find that last touch. Going for the fast RC into the 5P, trying to find that hit to get a knockdown, but it's UMISHO is back on the offensive here.
Looked like it was going to be too far for the cross up there. Big jump out of the stance. What a confirm. And we have the meter. We're just barely alive.
That super is like RNG. Sometimes it does 1,000,000 damage, Proxy, but the headbanger close slash is going to close it out.
It really does feel like a coin flip if it does like normal damage or 50 million.
Sometimes it just says, what's scaling? I've never heard of that.
Oh, working it out well, though. And the weird thing here is I feel like the momentum is still a bit in Kshu's favor, but with that said, a good way to reverse the fates a little bit here, 1-1. Kshu, first blood, forcing the burst.
All right, sliding on in. There's the flash kick. It's a lot easier for Ino to bait out flash kicks with those safe jumps, right? So I understand the pick here from Kshu instead of going for Johnny.
Oh my god, he slides past. That was smooth. Gets the jab on the opposite side. Kshu is kind of moving right now. I like the tempo we're taking. UMISHO just kind of watch that happen.
Yeah, the double empty dash into the empty low. This time going for the overhead. YRC, give me a little bit of breathing room, please.
Now, Stroke gets a hit, can't confirm, still okay. RC leads us to the empty low. Kshu, advantage now in game 3.
UMISHO is about to build that burst back here, though, and has had a lot of good answers. I think the thing is UMISHO just has to get that early momentum started. That was kind of a crazy 2K hitting the run through, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god, and the tap of the dome too. Quick little kick to the top of the head as unfortunately Stroke doesn't go far enough, but luckily 6P does. Psycho Crusher confirmed, gets us to the wall and breaks us through.
Now time to get that tension here. Oh, there we go, building up just enough. Should build super, does get it here. But just gonna go for the reset there. Doesn't want the wall break. Wants to get the pressure and the extra damage. And this time, the Fortissimo is gonna close out another game.
That is the absolute correct decision to make in that situation with Ino. You have the opportunity to get the wall stick. Fortissimo is not a guaranteed break. I would rather get the mix-up again, have 50 meter, and guarantee my positional advantage. It is always the right call if you can't kill with a character like Ino to set that situation up again.
You are absolutely correct, Proxy, 100%. That's why we've seen time and time again, Kshu understands that, is willing to just reset the pressure to guarantee the kill on the next hit. And you especially don't want to go back to neutral against a player in the caliber of UMISHO, rocking Leo Whitefang.
I was going to say, just, yeah, UMISHO or Leo.
Yeah, no.
Let alone both, as we're back in once again. Game 4 starting strong. Kshu almost confirms that from max distance.
Okay, getting the guard crush there. Oh, nice empty low there with the FD break.
I like that we're starting to threaten the guard point stance a little bit more often here, but I mean, Kshu is not looking phased by it at all. Fortissimo, once again, still has full burst. Can kind of go pedal to the metal right now.
Yeah, I think the issue is UMISHO had used guard point stance before, but really didn't get any kind of success out of it, right? So Kshu doesn't have any fear for that particular option, and no fear for the axe kick either, just mashing out of it.
My god, and the angle of that dash to cross up was devious. Steals out of the corner here and sets it up for set point. Kshu potentially sending UMISHO home, but what a start.
Yeah, again, that immediate burst. You see it at high-level Guilty Gear. The moment they get touched in the round, they burst so they do not lose the momentum.
I like this there, though. It's a trade. Trade is slightly in Leo's favor here just because of the positional advantage now. Slices up, but gets caught on the air-to-air.
Oh, drop there on the stroke the big tree. UMISHO taking full advantage of that. Unstance routing into that 2D.
Oh, gets caught reaching, though, the SOS. In a trouble now. Super one more time. I believe we are alive again, even with the guaranteed shatter.
But here we go, 50 tension. Watch out for the run through. Just goes for the wake up super, and it's going to be punished.
JP, don't let it rock. Definitely the right call. Round of peace, survival point. UMISHO, a must win now. What a win in the footsies. Oh, again?
Again!
3 times in a row, max distance working it out. Gets the wall kick, swings through with the axe kick. 50 meters still in pocket.
Kshu has a lot of uphill climbing to do here if they want to take this round. There's the burst, preventing the extra wall break.
Love the use of the note here, but you gotta be careful again. The anti-zoning fireball, 6P.
Had forever to react to that J agent with a leap into the air. We're gonna tie things up and take it to a game 5.
that normal out of stance, that jumping command has been absolutely monstrous so far. Every single time we've seen it, we has resulted in a clean hit, a knockdown, a mix-up to end a round. It's kind of been the MVP.
Why does he have that?
I don't know.
We all had a hard time opening people up, huh?
We've heard it time and time again.
And we've seen that move used time and time again here in 2.0 to fantastic effect. Obviously, it's not an overhead, but it doesn't really matter. There's so many unique ways you can use it.
Touch again, though. First comes through his final game. Already has momentum on UMISHO's side.
Going back into the checking with the 5 keys. Very classic Leo play there. Oh, with the BRC under. Yeah, saw the FD, so immediately shot up for that air throw.
I love the delay after the heavy fireball, 2 headbangers ball, but we up back out of pressure. Misses the confirm, but still gets the hit with stroke.
Yeah, max distance there. But eating that 6P, UMISHO finding a clean hit, and this time the super is gonna kill.
Certainly enough as the wall goes through. Set point on UMISHO's side. She's managed to survive. Can she close it out? Kshu, do we have a final round?
Oh, but there's the 6P. It's going to be difficult here for Kshu, starting off on the back foot and doesn't really have any burst yet. It's going to get one after this wall break here, but it's the last chance you get, ProXY.
A final opportunity to keep yourself alive. UMISHO closes distance. Oh my God, look, come on, once again, doesn't quite work out here as we try to reposition, and that is a heinous cross-up.
Oh no, with the back throw, ProXY!
What a block, though. Straight in with the overhead one more time. An opportunity. Eno, one last chance as we double up with the overheads. Great backdash and the BRC slowdown, which absolutely gets us the full confirm and the finish. UMISHO from the brink is able to bring it back. And what a victory. Unfortunately there, that will be the end of the road, though, for Kshu.
Still played incredibly well, stuck it out with the Eno for the matchup. I respect it. UMISHO just has that X factor when her back is up against the wall. She unleashes the beast.
I will say, everybody, please give it up for Kshu. Fantastic play today as UMISHO still in this, still trucking through the losers side. As you can see, is now set to a crash course. Back-to-back Enos. If anything, you're warmed up in the matchup here. Obviously, though, still one more losers match to go. Nitro and Hotashi going to be an absolute banger, a bloodbath, if you will.
Oh, for sure. This is one of those marquee matchups that you would pay the big bucks to see, right? Nitro and Hotashi, 2 of the best to do it in Guilty Gear. Of course, Hotashi representing the old guard, right? The classic Guilty Gear players. He's had a great career so far in Strive, but going up against Nitro, Evo champion as well. A very dominant player and currently locked in, I believe, also on the Leo Whitefang.
Yeah, time and time again has shown that regardless of the character, regardless of the meta, regardless of the game, Nitro has been able to show up and show out. But like you said, one of the legacy GOATs. So without further ado, back to Jake Ryan to see our next 2 players coming out.
One Evo champion has fallen, and one is going to rise to the occasion. Do you guys want to see more Evo champions? Hell yeah. This guy has not only torn down the competition, he's torn down the banner itself. It is none other than FlyQuest Nitro!
He's... Hey,
it's good. Let's not break the stage again.
Hey, all good for your boy Nitro. So glad to see him out. As we've said, time and time again, has risen to the occasion here. Guilty Gear Strive, where he's had his mind set out, and now that he's gotten to the full-time swap to Leo, it's been fitting like a glove, man.
For sure, for sure. Just a dominating player. Of course, Jacko was the...
Whoa, that's tough.
Hold up. He wants to see it.
Oh, my.
Are you... Do you want to say anything?
Hotashi, I know you're listening. Just know I'm your master now.
He's gonna have to put the yo-yos away. The blade is coming. It's Hotashi!
I mean, what can you say? A showman, one of the best. One of the best to ever do it, coming out now. And what a face-off.
I don't even know what to say after what Nitro said to him.
Unreal. The face-off comes through and looks like we're about ready to go. The energy is feeling good. Dude, Hotashi and Nitro, obviously, like we've said, two fantastic players have brought it to the brink here. Hotashi, you know, obviously, like we said, could bring out the yo-yos. Obviously, we've seen the Nagoriyuki a ton. I guess it just really depends on the matchup here because Bridget obviously can loop safe pressure depending on the situation. But, I mean, Nagoriyuki.
That's true, that's true. Hotashi, can you hear me?
Good argument, right?
You can hear me, Hotashi? Don't let him talk to you like that. Do it for Exert, all right? Do it for the Exert Unks.
Hey, listen, he's more than capable here. He's been able to step out, stand out time and time again. This is a guy who has a massive trophy case full to the brim here. And you know what's funny is you don't even know who I'm talking about because this applies to both players.
That's right. But we might actually not see the Nago. There's a chance we also could see the Robo-Kai, of course. You know, Hotashi is a big Robo-Kai fan, has been playing the character a bit as well. Mains the character back in Plus R. Granted, he's very different in this game, but he is still incredibly strong.
Absolutely, a character that is definitely, a little bit feast or famine, has very good offense, good mix-up, good pressure too, but once you are actually getting pressed, things can really, really get out of control, which I think is the only reason I would not expect to see the character come out, just because Nitro's strength is, Nitro's greatest strength is the Robo-Kai's greatest weakness.
Yes. Exploiting a lot of those gaps in offense, or especially the gaps in defense, whereas Robo-Kai has no invincible reversals whatsoever to speak of. While Nago does have the reversal super, he also has the damage to make up for the other things that he lacks, right?
Absolutely agreed. We'll see how far they can push it here, as it looks like Nagoriyuki is going to be the lock-in. Super excited to see how far we can take it down.
Nago in top 8, it just feels right.
I mean, a character that's well-deserved. Again, as we talked about before, every single patch has become more interesting. Truly, truly one of the coolest characters in the game. One of the best designs we've seen in modern fighting games, honestly, in my opinion.
Sure. Look at him, he's just so cool, ProXY. Going up against the King, Leo White Fang here. The question is, can we tame the lion?
Hey, one chance to get it done. The loser's bracket one more time. K5K IBFD instantaneously answers out on the first call. Is now we're going to look for the, I thought we were going to look for the run through. Instead, it's the headbutt, which is instant blocked again. Hotashi already showing off high prowess on the defense.
Oh, 2S into nothing! Thought that Nitro was in the throw range, but here it comes, the reversal super. This is why we picked Nago over Robo-Kai.
Definitely respect the two. Do it early. Let them know I'm crazy. I'll let it ride. 6H not quite working out here. Beyblade does find the knockdown, forces burst, has cloned the better fireball. It's me.
Now harassing with that 5H, back down to level 1 blood, but with so much offense here, could just cash in the check and go wild to find the hit.
For now, though, gonna play patient. Second time that's been a very sneaky throw attempt. A little bit misspaced, though. It's now, give me that quick hop in. IBFD once again. That has already been the star of the show. The blocking, the defense, the instant blocks from Hotashi have been winning these rounds.
Frame window, by the way, not easy to do to be able to push your opponent out like that. Misses the punish on the flash kick, though. That is devastating for Hotashi. Sitting at level 3 blood, that triple slash series would have built up so much back for us.
Tap one more time. 5H, nothing else.
And this is where it's dangerous, right? You can't afford to send out the Gamma Blade, the clone, because you will pop.
Oh, no, and gets caught reaching. This time, not an offensive throw, a little defensive prowess, gets caught out. Nitro, once again, with a good sense on the offense here, is what an air throw!
So much damage off an arrow throw too. Trying to go for another one, but what an RC there from Nitro. Straight into the Berserker Barrage. It's gonna be enough.
All that meter and no need to spend round a piece. Resources just about damn even. We are a pixel away from full as Hotashi, the instant block, recognizing that really backdash was the only possible option for us to try and mash out there as the throw was inevitable, it felt like.
Now trying to create that space, wants to play the 2S 5H game, but slowly but surely Nitro was inching his way in. And that stagger pressure with the 5K, following up the 6K as well. So much damage off of that counter hit 6K alone. Granted, Nago is in level 3 blood.
Really good throw, runs past once again the reversal super. Clean connect, gonna leave us in a bit of a weird position here. Life total a bit low, still potentially one touch depending on what happens here.
Yo, it's nice though as it got us back down to level 2 blood. We are gonna pop! Do we got this confirmed? No, the burst at the top of the screen!
But now swinging that 5H, full screen normals working out, puts the mask on 1 HP as the clone into the Shizu, what a stop!
And that is 1 for Hotashi, fingers in the air. That's right, I acknowledge you, Hotashi. Straight back into it, that 2D coming out. Been seeing a very large lack of 2D here in these matchups lately. The big whiff punish, that 2K into the Berserker Slash. Throwing the flash kick attempt.
Oh, 2S, RCs, oh, but it was too far, so, you know, it's one of those ones where you're unsure if it was because of the burst or you're just too far for it to hit.
Yeah, you just gotta have to swing and see what happens, but look at these dash blocks from Nitro. Getting into Hotashi's personal space, just trying to keep this lion out.
5K, what a stop. Still all right here. What a timing on the jump too. Unfortunately, we are not exactly built for the skies as 2K is a little too far for the Shizu.
You're gonna have to FD any of these heavy normals now. Ooh! Or just get caught by the Beyblade, the jump scare, letting it rip.
2Ds, immediate sweep of the leg. I don't know that I've seen round start 2D.
I have not, I actually have not. Inspired choice there from Hotashi, ended up working out, but Nitro's still able to find a way out of the corner here and get back into the driver's seat with this offense. And now, once again, back to square one, able to block that fast RC overhead attempt. Beautiful press there on the 2S, but too far away for the OTG.
RC, nice block, 6H, but the damage is done. That's a full combo's worth on one hit.
That's what I like, going for the 6H instead of a close slash, right? Because you have a feeling Nitro is going to burst, so you just want to guarantee the damage.
It's now, little tap of the legs, 2K still fine as we try for the 6P. Damage adds up now, I believe, just a pixel of life left over. Yeah, it's not quite enough with the scaling.
Still, next hit is going to do it for either player. Hotashi, wow! The burst gets baited out to Nitro.
A devastating situation to come through now, Hotashi. I feel like you've got to get this win as the walk-up throw attempt. I cannot believe that Hotashi tried to initiate that. I can't believe Nitro was ready.
Nitro's routes are, Hotashi's routes are options have been wild in this game here. But Nitro with the wake-up flash kick. Simple and clean, 2K, 2D to the other side, but tossed right back into the corner. This time it's you who gets baited. Stuffed Hotashi out, going up the install. It's over, ProXY. Here comes the pop. Into the last ride, powerbomb!
Absolutely. Only one way to secure the victory from there. Guarantee the animation just long enough to make sure that the blood fully drains the life bar out. Strong start again as we go 1-1 now. And right away, a little bit more aggressive at the round start there from Nitro. Hotashi maybe has been trying to be super aggressive at round start to bait this out. We might have set things up perfectly for a later stage.
These just defense are unreal. Ooh, it's an unreal 6H as well. I think the important part of going for 6H there is even if they burst, you get guaranteed damage, right? But if they don't, you're going to get a second 6H for just an obscene amount of damage. And here comes a third.
Yep, double 6H puts you in a very good position now. Delays just a bit. 2K catches him just barely. Had already started to close distance. Recognized it a touch too late. The backdash still caught by the activity.
Oh, spending a lot of blood here on this route. Not quite gonna pop though, thanks to the confirm. But it's right back to neutral once again. Hotashi with a large life lead here, sitting at level 3 blood. Gonna get a big confirm with the triple/3. He's not gonna spend the RC. Oh, this is scary. No blood on Hotashi's side. I mean, we can just kind of wild out if we want. That was a crazy interaction there. The RC drift forward to challenge the IBFD and these JPs from Nitro. Quick, low risk, normal, leading to so much snowballing. Hotashi still just find that hit. All right, we're installing.
Yeah, but this is a risky business now. Run past, ends up working out. Not enough on the confirm, but still hops on over. Burst is blocked as well. Time after time, move after move, all going Nitro's way. He's 5 steps ahead on the sequence.
Hotashi had 75 meter, which is the whole reason that we went for that burst anyway, right? Was confident I can burst here and use my meter to find the final hit. But Nitro, like you said, 7 steps ahead.
Okay, definitely the start you want to see. Runs past, got the hit. Ups through once again. Great timing on the press. That was brave.
Oh, we're just sitting full screen. Hold up. Just keep holding back. Hotashi has the life lead. There's no reason to go forward, right? You don't even have a lot of meter here, so you're not worried about the negative penalty. Just trying to give Nitro enough room to overextend, and there we go. Just sit, hold down back.
Why would you? 55 more seconds to go. Nice block. Deflect shield as well to try and get a little bit of space. Oh no, but this is how the snowball starts to roll. As you've said, misses out on the jump in, but still fine. Being maybe a touch too passive, but this time turns up the heat. We're just waiting for the opportune moment to cash in on that blood. The second we know our tab is covered, we are spending.
I love the way that Hotashi utilizes the install, right? Will install when he smells the finish. He's ready to go, put you in that Mario Party minigame once again, right? Very similar situation to postseasons after Bite.
I was going to say, it is you know, they wanted to give him a way to be able to go a little bit crazy, which I definitely respect. Keeping that intact while, you know, repurposing BSU. Like I said, as far as character design goes, about as peak as it gets.
I love the high risk, high reward of this character. Fits Hotashi like a glove. And now currently up 2-1 here against Nitro.
Situation's a bit dire now. That little tiny step back into the close slash. Nitro unafraid. After the IB is able to go for the backdash there and punish out. Burst spent from Hotashi. And we're able to spend 50 more meter for the knockdown again.
Nice challenge there though with the 2P. Love the use of the RC there too, but Nitro once again just slowly closing the gap. There we go, decapitation slice.
Oh my God, the empty jump. Something you've always had. Now it's a new fear unlocked when we're in that back turn situation here. Fireballs again and again, trying to do our best to pressure now. Comes out of the stance just in time, has 50 meters still. Doesn't want to use it defensively though. We need that for offense.
Oh, Hotashi's not careful. Here he comes, the blood pop. It's gonna hit.
Crossed him up with it. 6H, what's next? 5H, little bits of damage at a time, and by a little bit, I mean we are suddenly at a touch apiece. Anything will do it. And the same sequence as before. The clone follows up, but it doesn't kill.
Oh, the flash kick! Hotashi built up just enough tension in the end, but probably didn't realize it, so didn't spend.
Oh my God. What's the mind of this chill there? Again, same situation. The threat of the throw has been so damn high in these situations. Nitro, good defensive choices so far here, especially with the press out.
All right, spike back down for a little bit of Oki. Stagger pressure with the 5P is going to lose out. We'll stop the yard.
Hey, we're closing distance, baby. Plenty of time for the block on the initial mix up here, but unfortunately now, blood gauge dipping just a bit, almost 100 meters. We get the IBFD, but you cannot escape Leo. Unfortunately, messes up the wall stick.
Oh, wow, just stuffed the start with that 2H. Could have been brutal there for Nitro. And there's the whiff punish there on the whiff 2S. And now we're gonna put your ass through the wall once again and tie up these rounds, tie up these games even, game 5.
Down to the absolute wire time and time again. Guilty Gear has been taking it through, as now there is one big consideration. We talked about it before. There is a potential character swap for Hotashi, but I don't think, I think maybe just character select for a little bit of a slowdown here, or maybe we do lock it in. There is potential for the Bridget.
Hotashi looking to the crowd, seeing what do they think. Robo-Kai, what do y'all think? Yeah, we like Robo-Kai? Oh, okay. You can boo, crowd, it's fine. Can't play with their emotions like that.
Hey, that's always one of the nerve-wracking things about having a multitude of characters, the potential to switch things up on your opponent, but sometimes just going back to character select, a little bit of a mental slowdown. I think this is where Hotashi plays his best game, is when he's able to have these situations where it's high pressure for both of you, and him being able to slow down and reassess a little bit. This is where Hotashi generally plays his best games, I would say.
It's because he's in control. He's reestablishing control through that, right? Going back to the character select. Here we go, straight into the round start, 2K2D. Nitro with the first blood, and Hotashi with the early gold burst. Oh my god, we are just swinging.
Two S's, definitely like what I'm seeing when it comes to the pressure here. Far slash straight into the Fukyo 100 meters. Oh no, that's gotta be a burst.
Yeah, very late burst there too. Was worried that Hotashi might go for a delayed RC. But speaking of RCs, unfortunately loses the corner there. That is not what Hotashi wanted. Still in a good position, but it would have been a lot better if we could have gotten to the wall.
We got to spend a little bit of blood here. You have to spend just enough to make sure that you maintain level 2. Run past IBFD, still gets jabbed out of it as the overhead finds the mark.
Oh, and the cross up too with the back turn jump. And now you are stuck in the Leo White Fang blender. Oh, what a whip punish.
It's a chance again. Set point. Little bit of a delay there after the clone is blocked. I love the idea.
5H sticky. That was almost half your health.
Another, oh my god, and it's not getting better. BSU, party time. Top of the dust! Oh my god! Final game, final round, all the way down to the wire.
One of these players is about to be eliminated. CEO, let us hear you.
Situation a bit dire here. 5P gets to stop 5H. My god!
So much chip damage too on that 6H. Slowly pushing back. 5H once again. Every time you block it without doing FD, it does such a chunk.
Now a single hit will do it. Has BRC, gets the slowdown, blocks the gold burst, walks up for the throw. What a read! Unbelievable performance here from Hotashi. Said, I'm back, baby.
Lion Tamer, nobody's servant here. Hotashi, his own master now.
Unreal set between the two. Obviously Hotashi moving forward, but please, CEO, give it up for Nitro. One of the best to ever do it, man.
I love that guy.
Love that guy. A stellar performance between the two. Hotashi continues to roll, though. Even, okay, hold on.
Oh, he plug in the control. That's what I like to see.
I thought it was a phone.
Oh,
all good, though.
Can you believe, ProXY, that was only the first round of top 8. We still have so much more to go. Of course, on the winner's side, RedIAmNot up against Peluna. Peluna being thrown into one Goldlewis after the other.
Absolutely. And speaking of someone who's having to play back-to-back, UMISHO facing against Ticklememour in just a moment, as well as Hotashi climbing a bit farther forward. Next up on the list for him is to try and deal with Cheryo. So still a crazy suite of matches to come. We've seen EVO champions lose. We've seen, honestly and truly, players are moving mountains already. But you know, with that type of exertion, we've got to take a little bit of a break. We're going to throw it off to a very short one, and then straight after that, even more of Top 8 here for Guilty Gear Strive. So keep it locked. CEO 2026 will continue in just a moment.
We told you it'd be a short break, and we are back with some Top 8 action here for Guilty Gear Strive. In case you missed it, I'm KingJobber, joined by my brother ProXY, and we just went through a hell of a first round of this Top 8 with banger after banger after banger after banger.
And if you can believe it, it's just going to get better. As you can see, we're going to take a look at the bracket real quick, seeing who is still left in this one. Losers bracket right now, we have UMISHO and Ticklememour, which I do believe is going to be our next match, with Cheryo and Hotashi still waiting in the wings to battle for one of those top 4 spots.
That's right, and waiting on the winner's side of things to fight over that grand final seat is going to be RedIAmNot on the Goldlewis up against Peluna, making it all the way with the Queen Dizzy.
A plethora of characters, a lot of storylines to potentially write, but still more matches to go before the dice have been cast. Super excited again to get down into the losers bracket. As we said, UMISHO and Ticklememour, our first matchup here. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they're all button checked up and ready to go. We might just be headed straight on into the action.
Yeah, we were talking about how Peluna had to go through all these Goldlewises, but UMISHO having to go through the Eno Nation here.
It's true. Hey, while this is getting started, let me borrow one from the great one. CEO, if you're enjoying Guilty Gear, make some noise! Ciao, Steve, that's the game.
That's right. And here we go, starting off with pseudo zoning with the antidepressant scale, but able to go in and get the burst out of UMISHO early on.
Tap. Oh, little tap of the dash. Ends up getting caught with 6B here. Still distance closed. Makes it to the corner and actually does get the connection. I think for sure that was the attempted anti-air.
Oh, just a reversal super. Not actually breaking the wall. That's a huge win there for Tickle. Able to hold on to that corner pressure.
And the fake out there, that empty dash, that was everything. Knowing that UMISHO's the type of player who will try to get aggressive in the early stage that lets you know that that's the type of set you're about to play.
Yeah, but that stroke the big tree has a difficult time getting through some of those Leo buttons, those low hit boxes. So much damage and so much meter now for UMISHO. How the trip forward flash kick?
It's all the start of any button you already know. I'm charging down. No good here though. We're gonna get a bit of a dribble opportunity out of the back turn. Quick throw of the swords, and it's just not enough. A pixel of life to fight with here, but the run through will do it.
Yeah, you gotta check your opponent with that run through, see if they can react to it. And UMISHO getting a perfect there right off the bat. Nice 2S beating out the 2K attempt.
When your spacing is so good, you can't even confirm it. I love that little dash up the 5K though, working beautifully as the wall is broken here with the pillar.
Oh, what a mortal counter, getting that burst out of Tickle. Recognizing that they don't have too many opportunities left to use that get out of jail free card. Down on tension here. Difficult to approach, right? And they have to weather the storm. Double mix, challenging back.
Yeah, too much of a delay there. Too much of a good thing can get you in trouble here. Quick jab, ends up working beautifully. Back turn, runs past, situation getting dire. YRC buys a bit of room, but how can you finish?
Oh, the staggered guard point there. Just a little bit of a jump scare option, waiting to see Tickle flinch.
Yeah, and unfortunately our answer there is that you don't. It's caught out straight away. Back into the action though. Game one, already in UMISHO's pocket here. Burst spent to try and keep momentum. No, traveling just far enough, trying to steer it underneath that S or heavy fireball.
There's the burst. Oh, I like that attempt at the whip punish there. The immediate reaction to the button to throw out that 2H.
IBFD pushes us just far enough away though. Again, good defensive habits here from UMISHO to try and buy this space back, trying their best to fight out of the corner, but to no avail as Ticklememour continues the offense.
Ooh, looked like an attempt at an air throw there. Unfortunately, sides are getting swamped. UMISHO getting such a huge reward off of that one, but it's fine. Ticklememour is still sitting on 100 tension, has plenty of meter to work with.
A weird position now. We're going to get poked on through to the wall. Luckily, again, not breaking it. Guard. Man throw. The 100-meter special spends it all. Finds the connection. And just like that, the round is gone.
Straight into the next one here. UMISHO about to get that burst back. Ticklememour has to figure out a way to put a stop to that. Hold on to the momentum that we built up.
Pillar doesn't work out. Distance closed. We find the throw. Back turn. What's next?
The patience here, just trying to find the right gap. That back up there from UMISHO, just baiting Ticklememour to try and escape from the corner.
Okay. Plays the deck with Fireball here, lays down the pillar. Everything is looking good. Has to go for the PRC. Situation dire now on the slowdown. Same one again after the run through, but now a chance. Extra extensions one more time after the OTG. And this time it's Fortissimo. Empty jump Fortissimo.
Unbelievable. If it was blocked, would have been able to actually get that guard crush right. And there we go. Your soul is mine. Grabbing the deflect shield and tying up the set.
That extra delay, that empty hover dash has been paying the damn bills, Jobber. Every single time it has been successful. Leading into it even heavier. It's one of those situations where now it becomes a game of chicken. Am I going to try and mix it up, or are you going to believe me that this is my best option?
All right, able to secure the throw. Nice with the 2K. No hard knockout scenario here. Stroke the big tree underneath the fireball attempt.
The timing is absolutely absurd now. Backdash attempted. We go for the throw after. Quick sweep with the legs, and the reversal is going to connect. A punish there for UMISHO.
And then just the pressure with the close slash. Jumping to escape. Doesn't want to get caught exactly by that. The overhead low mix.
That was devastating. HCL actually not enough to end it. Stroke into what? A trade!
That's a trade we'll take any day here for Tickle. 1 round away from getting the lead here on UMISHO. UMISHO still with the burst available. Opting not to spend it after that first hit. UMISHO's one of those players who doesn't necessarily spend it right off the bat, likes to save it for almost too late sometimes.
Flip past the overhead twice in a row. Does get the break. It's now as that fireball connects 2H for the optimized route as that X kick comes through. We pillar up one more time.
Right into the RC. This is the start of a comeback here for Ticklememour. Is what I would say.
I love that RC timing too, just in case the burst comes through. Keep it as safe as possible, risk-free it feels like. It's now on the trade.
Ooh, big Mortal counter there with a 5H. Nice escape from the corner here. Beautiful routing too, pushing us all the way back to mid-screen.
Bomb action there on the jump in one more time. What a trade, 5P into the headbutt. Everything starting to go UMISHO's way, but the counter poke with the 2K2D.
Yeah, recognize that the overhead is just too far away. We have so much tension here now. Gets the guard crush with the YRC. Smart play from UMISHO.
Still has 50 meter, please be careful. This wake up is going to be everything. Has to burst, a must-win round.
Oh, the 5P anti-air, and there's no burst to save you here.
It ain't much, but it's honest work. Dash up, jab him out of the skies. A perfect answer. And a great finish now. 2 games in a row required here. Ticklememour, we're going to go straight back in again. No hesitation. Game 4 begins.
Leo with arguably one of the best, if not the best jab in the entire game. It just does so much work. The stagger pressure, the range on the anti-air potential. Just a cornerstone in this matchup against Eno.
Trade once again. Still fine. Cycle Crusher has the PRC. A hell of it with the cartoon dust cloud settles. Finally, Ticklememour is actually the one with the big advantage here. Gets through and is going to be able to break the wall. Guaranteed stuff as that meter's going to build.
I love that. Recognized the scramble was getting a little too crazy, so just mashed on that burst button and got rewarded handsomely for it. UMISHO trying to even up these life totals now. Oh, big whiff. There's the YRC creating space. Whoa! The stroke the big tree crossed up and then went back. What just happened?
Cannot believe everything is happening this way. Great block on the flash kick there. The throw as well to optimize the resource as well as guarantee the burst is not a factor.
Oh, too far away for the 5H to connect. Unfortunate there with the spacing. The overhead is going to be blocked. Nice defense here. You can see Tickle has been going for that 2S after the block sequences a lot in case UMISHO tries to steal a turn back.
Okay. Goldlewis still working out. Little flash up. That stroke gets us way out of the corner here. All this positional retreat that we were able to do was earned off of that, but unfortunately now after the punish, things are looking devastating. 6B on the wrong side!
Oh no, and then the throw whip. UMISHO absolutely with the RC is going to be able to take this to set point.
Down to the wire. Tickle still playing a bit behind here. Resources even though. A chance. It's a very aggressive start. It's immediately punished. Back throw.
Gold Burst, though, is a great start here for Tickle. How are you going to open UMISHO up? You're not. UMISHO with a well-placed 2K. Oh, this is rough. Still Hunt's attention available. You're going back to neutral. Tough climb now for Tickle.
That's a hell of a poke. Ends up working out. Gets the wall stick. It is just enough to break. It's a close one, but UMISHO manages to scrape on through it. A beautiful finish, 3-1.
What a phenomenal set. Unfortunately, in the loser's side. So CEO, give it up for Ticklememour.
Definitely a strong effort, keeping it close. Unfortunately, they're exiting now at 5th place, tied for 5th, excuse me, as UMISHO climbs just a touch further, one step away from that podium spot. Losers semifinals locked up for UMISHO.
That's right, but we still have another match on the loser's side to lock in that top 4. It is going to be TNS's own Cheryo up against Hotashi. And, you know, if we're expecting the characters we're expecting, we're in for a treat, ProXY, with big, meaty men slapping meat here at CEO.
Yeah, you know how it goes. I will say also that UMISHO, regardless of the victory, has got to have a little bit of a breath of fresh air to just play something that's not Eno, which has got to be a good feeling for sure. We'll see what ends up being the matchup that she has to tune herself in for. As we've said, it is going to be Goldlewis coming up again, facing off either against the Bridget or the Nagoriyuki. The Nagoriyuki is looking incredibly strong. We teased a little bit of maybe considering the swap at some point, but you know, the Samurai might just be the vibe here. It might be the correct call the whole way through.
I still want to see the Robo-Kai, if I'm being honest with you. I want to see Robert Kyle appear here in top 8 of CEO and put in the work, all right?
Hey, definitely has a chance. Like we said, I mean, this is a matchup where maybe it would feel pretty good because, you know, obviously you can get some offensive dominance. You can try and get it while it's good, find that initial hit, find that pressure, and try and run things over. But again, we have to point it out every single time. If you have to block a close slash, if you have to block a behemoth, you are getting crumpled. You turn into a tin can. Yeah, it's just not a chance.
A tin can? The poor Rhinoceros Beetle, bro. He doesn't stand a chance. Oh my goodness, man. I think it's going to be the big body matchup here for sure. A little bit of a difficult matchup for Nago, though, right? To kind of deal with the Behemoth Typhoon, the drones, everything that Goldlewis can put out on the screen. So would not be shocked to see the Bridget. I believe this is going to be a button check here. Yeah, okay, we're picking Elfeld. Yeah. This is a button check.
Yeah, button check first, because I did see the Elfeld on the opposite side, too. So, you know, the maybe just a little bit of a prelude or a nod to, you know, SQXL. Obviously, we've seen the Valentine sisters on a lot of that merch. Big shouts to them.
Make sure you go to it, by the way, too.
Absolutely.
Everyone watching at home and in the crowd.
Hey, but regardless of the match, what the matchup comes through, this is going to be a painful one for sure. Two of my favorite players to get to the watch. Two of the people I root for the hardest. Hotashi, I mean, obviously, longtime Florida player, super strong across a multitude of games, and has always been a hell of a showman. Cheryo, TNS's very own, super strong. You know, from my home area too, repping North Carolina.
That's right, North Carolina mentioned. That's what we like to see. But yeah, it is going to be locking. Ooh. Yeah, no. Okay, if it's going to be Bridget, the reason why it's going to be Bridget is because we want to have access to the DP, right? And more movement to deal with Goldlewis.
We're button checking over. Listen, I'm going to hold my horses. I'm going to chill. Nobody panic. Going to wait and see what characters actually get locked in here.
It's going to be Nago and Goldlewis. We all know. And it's still, like we said earlier, it is a difficult matchup for Nago, right? Nago has a difficult time getting around the drones, getting around the Behemoth Typhoon. He does not have access to, you know, an air dash, or for one, and does not have access to that double jump. So has to super jump his way in over the drones if he wants to keep that offense up.
Yeah, but I mean, once you're able to get to that blood, if you have priority, you're able to pressure things out at such a devastating range. Obviously, 5H, I mean, that button itself is a part, doing a huge portion of the matchup. The biggest wall to climb for sure. 2S, 5H, everything in between. The potential to beat out the drone if you're a little bit lazy with how you place it out. A lot of questions, no answers yet, but we'll get them soon. We're back in again here at the loser side, fighting it out to see who's going to make it into this top 4. It is Hotashi and Cheryo.
That's right, Theory Fighter is over. It is time to put it into practice.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts. Heaven or hell. Ware koso wa Nagoriyuki. Mairu.
He said, sir. He said, call me sir.
Hey, we'll see if we're able to garner that respect. We get into the matchup here. A battle for top 4 is right off the rip. It's the full send on the jump-in trade at 99. I love the aggression early.
Yeah, you have to be aggressive. Get into that danger zone, up into Goldlewis's personal bubble. But of course, even when you get in there, you're gonna have to deal with things like that 2P, the bionic elbow, the American dream, stuck to the wall, down with the system to get the damage. Cheryo off to a great start here with this hard knockdown, IAD in with the JD. But now willing to create that space. No reason to overextend here.
Oh no, was trying to cash in, tried to swipe the card, get it slapped out of your hand straight away. Great timing on the throw from Cheryo.
Oh, the IBFDs, that's one thing we saw a lot from Hotashi, right? Going to be very useful in this matchup. You could push Goldlewis out when he's trying to go for those close-range behemoths. Patience, yeah. Cheryo does not want to approach haphazardly.
A very sneaky timing on the drone, though. It was actually hard to see him lay it out because of the screen stretch when he went for the jump. But again, in a bit of trouble reaching for the throw. On the opposite side, same thing. PSU goes wide.
For how explosive this matchup started, it really has slowed down a lot into this next round. Obviously speeding up a bit now that Cheryo has the momentum in the corner. Well, let's see if that keeps following back in neutral.
Oh my God, the tap legs and reason out. It's just because he wants to full send the super down with the system, he says.
That's a statement to make there. I could have punished you with a throw, I could have punished you with a close slash, but I wanted to make you watch the cinematic, let you know I have your number. All right, a lot of low committal pressure here so far from Hotashi.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Got that thing on him. 2K68 still okay though. Footsies, crazy spacing.
Ooh, and then the air throw back into the corner, going for that OTG into the drone, getting your burst in the process too. Not looking good here for our hero Hotashi.
Cheryo putting in their application to be the new hero here. Close slash behemoth. Doubles up again. Situation getting dire. Blood is draining. No meter to our name. Finally, full send something here. Gets back to level 2 at least.
Yeah, starting to chip away just a bit, or maybe a lot with how much damage those 5Hs do. But Beyblades right into the clone. Wow, Cheryo not going for anything, just stood completely still in the max far slash distance range.
I think that's an important thing to get comfortable with too in a matchup like this. You've got to be willing to chill because moments like this can absolutely occur. Shizu finds the mark, breaks through with the far slash string, leaves us in a bit of a weird position now. Burst not quite on the table for either, and right as it comes up, we actually drop the combo.
Yeah, but still has the positioning here in the corner. We talked about Nago not having access to that double jump, right? Same thing goes for Goldlewis. Ooh, straight into the overhead. For some reason, only Potemkin.
Yeah.
Only he has the double
Needs
jump.
it.
You're not wrong.
5K just blocked, doesn't get much out of it though. The Beyblade was confirmed straight away.
Ooh, trying to go for the whip punch on the behemoth. Just that far slash is a little too slow.
Jesus, tip of the Beyblade, too far, even for the far slash now. Creeping our way forward, but Cheryo says, I'm done with waiting. Time to get aggressive. A bit of a dash forward to Behemoth to show for it.
And now finally rushing on in. It's interesting how they're both playing at kind of the tip of their maximum ranges, right, where they can't really confirm off of too much. So that's a nice confirm. 2S5H in that level 3 blood.
It's one of the scary things about the matchup, though, is you can't play at that max range for too long because Hotashi eventually will outvalue you as the drone slides on past, finds the hit. IBFD forces us to RC, and after YRC again, we're making so much space.
Catches the Fukio, though, with the 2K. And now here you go. Can you IBFD out once more? Trying to go for it. You see the FD blinks. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, no! Uh-oh, nothing! 2K finds the mark, cancels immediately, and breaks on through. Hotashi says, man.
Yeah, Hotashi went into the install to commit. I either win the round or I die trying. Unfortunately, didn't even get a chance to really swing in that scenario. Okay, clicking on to the Bridget. Are we going to see the swap here? I mean, you do get access to a DP. You do get more movement options, right, to move around Goldlewis, but you take a lot more damage.
I've always said that an important thing you need to know playing against Hotashi, though, is in situations like this where he's hesitant, where he's doing this character select thing, you can't interact with him. It's his quirk. If he tries to interact with you and you interact with him, you power him up.
You get sucked into his domain expansion.
Actually, I'm so serious. I've seen it happen before many times.
That's why Cheryo is not even looking. Eyes straight forward, locked in. Cannot be sucked into the domain of Hotashi here. Has eyes on the prize.
Okay, so the big switch up now. Yo-Yo's the weapon of choice. We'll see if Roger able to get involved as well. Quick little spin and dash attack. Bridget gets bursted out.
Damn. 51 chunky hits and catching the backdash with a close slash. This is the downside. It's like playing Nago in level 3 blood always. The amount of damage you take.
Okay, the block there. Left a little hop forward. I actually did get the punch from the 5K. A touch too far for anything else, though.
Now these hits are adding up over time. There's the rolling attack into the JD.
Press after press, threat after threat. How can you survive? A tap of the dust working out beautifully here. Somehow is able to survive with a throw. Starting to add up.
There we go. YRC just creating a little bit of space. Big whip there on the 2H.
So smart, though. Oh, no, loses corner.
Really unfortunate, but just needs to find a throw, and there it is, right on cue.
Double backdash. Really setting the stage for this one here. Hotashi. It's a long climb back, but we're more than capable. Good punish, but not much to show for it. Here's a Cryptid 6B hit from max distance.
Just really hanging back, pressing on this 5H, right? Trying to fish for any kind of a counter hit, especially to blow up the startup of something like the Skyfish or the drone.
Nice neutral kid. Comes through once again against the block. Burst is right around the corner here, but chooses to hold on to it for the last moment. As now it's empty jump but get thrown.
All right, Yo-Yo set up in the corner. You saw how much damage off of one block DP. Cannot afford to be doing that more in this set. Hotashi has to play a really solid fundamental game here and just keep Cheryo out. Whew.
That was a little high-speed action here off the Yo-Yo. Empty, fall down, gets caught out by the 2P. Full confirm and down to the wire. Hotashi still in it, but the situation is looking dire.
It's a little too high-speed. ProXY kind of lost control of the vehicle there, put themselves in a dangerous situation, ended up paying dearly for it.
That's the most important thing in situations like this. It's not about touching the brakes, it's just about letting off the gas. You have to slow down in some spots, but not here, not now. The burst is baited. Not much of a hit, though. Doesn't get very much.
Oh, no whip punish there. Able to block the Skyfish. Now might be the time to go all gas, no brakes, you know what I mean?
Oh, one more time. Does it again. 33 big ones as we double up with the behemoths here. Distance closed. Somehow we must survive. We must persevere. How do you escape?
Oh, big counter hit on the behemoth. Cheryo not able to get too much off of it, though, due to the nature of the hit. Overhead is going to connect. Multiple behemoth cancels. No meter here. Gold burst blocked. We are scrambling in the corner.
Oh my, ankle shattered. Gets back to the same side. An opportunity for greatness here as we find the touch again. One more hit. Maybe can get through. Has the meter and is able to spend. Roger secures the victory. A quick ride out, and it's 2-1.
That is the return of the killing machine and the return of Hotashi into this set.
He's been here the whole time, Jobber.
Just had to let him free.
Back into the action again, though, one more time. Game 4 is Hotashi, a breath of life back into this set, but unfortunately that life is immediately beaten out by what looks like the meat tenderizer off the coffin here. Goldlewis, 50% life, and give me that burst.
That's right, ProXY. Dashing, catching the backdash there with the far slash. Overhead, right onto your dome. Going for the empty jump into the close slash there, not even attempting a mix-up. But you have Hotashi right where you want him.
Look at the footsies, dude. Playing outside the yo-yo just perfectly. Look at the timings. We're taking our offense. Cheryo plays a picture perfect in its set point.
How does he move like this with this character, man? He makes Goldlewis seem so fast.
So fine here, though. Doubled up with the overhead. Works out well. Spin attack. What's next? Burst is next.
Full 5H straight through the drone. That's another great button in this matchup. Throughout, you've seen Hotashi has been just sitting back, throwing out 5H, trying to stuff the startup like we mentioned earlier.
Tap of the dust. Finally starting to unsheath the mix. I like it. I like it. Doubles up and gets the break. Positive bonus. A plethora of resources at your disposal now. Uh-oh.
Drone Oki. Gotta be careful here. I don't think we're gonna go for another DP again in this set, not after the punish that we saw last time.
Oh no, clocked in the dome one more time. Back throw, a potential incident here. I don't think it's quite enough, even with the guaranteed damage on the shatters. Rock the baby, an execution there potentially.
Oh no, oh no. 48 hits, the hard knockdown in the corner, clashes with the behemoth. You gotta be kidding me. Gets the cross up, but can't find the hit.
BRC got the slowest scooter I've ever seen. Finds the mark, keeps it alive. It's a round apiece. It's max resources, and it's Hotashi unfortunately catching Behemoth at 99.
Kickstart my heart. That was 60 beats per minute.
Oh, okay. Easy. Came on out of there right away. Charges up the spin attack, crypted 6P every time.
All right, get the kickstart my heart there once again. This time much faster. Into the ring around the Rosie.
Still fine here, just block. Avoids a little bit of pressure, slow down. Attempted for the mix up there. Great blocks from Hotashi once again. Still on survival point. Finds the touch, forces the burst. Looking to close distance, but has to jump the drone.
JS locking you down. Yeah, just bursting on blocks. Did not want to deal with any of the pressure, especially with how close their back was up to the wall.
One mistake, any error will put things in a heap of trouble, but that trouble is looking like it's coming from our way. It's Bear Platinum. What a save! Somehow still in this. It has felt like Hotashi has been out of it again and again, but him and the crowd are fully back in it. It is 2-2, down to the wire as Cheryo intelligently back the character select for a little bit. So even if you don't change, slow it down.
Yes. You could tell Hotashi is starting to get hot, starting to get the momentum, right? So you need to put him on ice for just a little bit, just enough to cool him down so you can get back into the fight. Maybe change the music, right? Get something new.
A quick moment can sometimes be everything here. Slow and steady for both these players. It is down to the wire. They've both been in situations like this before. It's all about very much the any given Sunday type of situation here. Two of the best to do it, man.
That's right. I mean, you have to imagine Cheryo just last month coming off the heels of a great performance at EVO, making top 8 there.
And we'll see. Down to the wire. Somehow Hotashi has managed to right the way on the ship, and now we're neck and neck coming into the final turn. Game 5, fighting it out for a loser's semi spot. I mean, you couldn't write it up better.
You could not, and it's time to jump right into it. Who's moving on to that top 4? The rolling attack. This is a well-smoked brisket here. No ring rust whatsoever on this character.
Big whiff, though. I love the burst from momentum going on the clash. Has been so particular. It's been so ready. Speaking of ready, Cheryo with a hefty punish.
Yeah, but that is burst down for both of them, and we're right back to mid-screen where we started. Cheryo utilizing that mirror to force some defense here on Hotashi's side, but we have our confidence back. We are letting DPs rip like crazy.
Listen, sometimes that's what you need. Dashes up with a very aggressive throw. Love the timing on the jump in, though. Cheryo, oh my God, it's the back hitbox following through. Everything coming up his way. 50 D1 big ones, but we don't even need it. It's set point again.
Hotashi on the verge of getting burst back and to get one more get out of jail free card, but this is not a great start. Getting hit by that JD and put right back into the corner.
Sweeping the legs, homing attack comes through. Doesn't quite fully juggle though. He's gonna have to be patient or just shoot him.
Yeah, can't outrun the gun. Catching the backdash too with the 2K.
Again, I love the routing. Falling through with the JK, one last chance.
Into the BRC, ring around the rosy, set up the yo-yo. Check out this trick. Oh no, it's a 6P.
God, a single opportunity here. A behemoth's worth of life had the hit, doesn't confirm. Things are getting a bit scary here, but Hotashi continues to press forward, continues to try to be the one asking the questions now. Great YRC.
Once again, sitting at that 5H range, just lets him get a free jump in. RC into the overhead, double behemoth is gonna eliminate Hotashi from the bracket. And now Cheryo finally can look at Hotashi.
Absolutely stellar performance between the two. Cheryo one step farther forward. But we gotta give it up. One of the legends of the game. I mean, obviously out in the Midwest, but here from Florida. Please, CEO, give it up for Hotashi. One of the best to ever do it, man.
Legendary Guilty Gear player, and shows every single time that he still has it. Even if he's going up against a lot of the new blood, they cannot prevent him from dominating.
Hey, listen, he's got that aura about him. He's got that consistency. So sick to see it from him here, but Cheryo continuing to march forward into the top 4, now set to clash with UMISHO, which is going to leave us with the winner's side still available. The only repeat characters here, the big man himself, it's RedIAmNot going to be piloting that Goldlewis to face off against Peluna on the winner's finals.
That's right, and in the loser semifinals there, you have to imagine that looking at the two matchups, UMISHO was probably hoping for Cheryo to win, right? Notoriously tough matchup for Goldlewis is the Leo Whitefang.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they started to consider this character, they had Goldlewis in their sights when they were thinking about it. Obviously, a strong character overall, but you know, a part of the story that we will get to writing in just a little bit. For now, we have to move just a bit farther up. We've been heading through these matches down in hell. We're back up to heaven one more time. Winners finals is our next destination here. RedIAmNot and Peluna to come soon. But again, I have to say to everyone, whether you're watching at home, whether you're here in the venue, thank you so much for continuing to support CEO and for being here for Guilty Gear Strive. It warms my heart to be back in Orlando at the biggest and baddest tournament on the planet with the coolest theme, the coolest tournaments, and the coolest damn people. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking to you. Thank you so much for being here again for CEO 2026.
Thank you to everyone watching at home as well. If you're missing out on any of the action, you better show up next year because it's going to get even bigger and even better as the years go on, all right? CEO is the place to be in summer in Orlando, Florida at the Rosen Shingle Creek. An absolute joy, and the weekend ain't even over yet.
Yeah, definitely agreed. Still so much more action to go as we do have our players onto the stage and about ready to rock. RedIAmNot and Peluna. So we're gonna have a little bit of a button check, a little bit of a slow build up as we're getting ourselves settled in. We've seen it before already. Goldlewis closing distance against this matchup has seemed like a bit of a struggle. Obviously, there are some counterplays that we've seen. The Skyfish can be effective if you have the right timings, as well as being able to utilize that momentum. That is one of the unsung things about playing against Dizzy that I don't think enough people kind of think about, is the fact that when you're playing a character like Goldlewis, sometimes you can use that dance floor to your own advantage. Closing distance, I mean, a wave dash behemoth, come on.
Wave dash behemoth, that might be the most terrifying sentence I've heard.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. Sliding on in, swinging through. There's a lot of potential for some of these things to go out.
Yo, shouts to Juicy Game Night.
Of course.
Here in Orlando, Florida. We love you, Duelist.
Hey, the entire staff with Juicy here. Listen, man, seeing this is just locals for the gamers right now.
Pretty much, actually, when you think about it, the Florida natives here. But it is going to be that match of the big body. We know how difficult it can be for Goldlewis for sure. We saw it earlier on in the top 8 here. Peluna doing such a good job at just controlling that screen space, preventing Goldlewis from really advancing forward. But we saw some ways that you can do it.
That was an optimal button check.
It was an optimal.
This is a lot of... Oh, no, definitely agreed. I think that we've seen a bit of the blueprint here, but
Like the drone, right?
these are the two players that are probably the most practiced in this matchup from either direction. So if you play either of these characters and you've had any trouble in either direction, this is the match up to watch. CEO, are you ready for winners finals? That's what I'm talking about. Just making sure we're alive.
Absolutely. RedIAmNot already on the back foot a little bit. Going to use a lot of that 2P. Again, 2P, a incredible button. Not only does it get off me cool, a quick check, especially as a good anti-air.
A sick route, a great burst. Keeping the pressure up. Double the behemoth. Yo, if they do 6-8, you die. Every single time. The scariest normal to see in a confirm.
There's the throw with that iron head. All right, into the fast RC. The moment that you see a fast RC, players are willing to trade meter for meter, right? That's when the YRC comes out, when the behemoth block strings.
Oh no, but getting slid into the behemoth extends it just a bit more. Dance floor set up once again. Wings of light as we look to close distance. Fake meaty into the throw with the fish.
Another throw. Wings are getting ready to pop.
Just like that, our first instance of the wings activating, you can see how devastating it becomes. The life drains so damn fast. But you know, Behemoth has a similar effect.
That is right, especially when you get hit by it here, and you see RedIAmNot taking to the skies a lot, just trying to avoid the ice field, and especially the ice spike.
That was an ice field block string. That was so sick. The structure of that was ridiculous, knowing that the pushback on those normals that would normally kind of plague you are no longer a factor when you got that momentum already.
And that's the kind of block string that you only have with hours of experience against this character in this matchup.
Fortunately, it's a position like that where Behemoth actually ends up being a little bit more foe than friend.
Oh, but there's the wings of light all gone now. I love utilizing the Skyfish there to actually drain the meter from Peluna so that the wings would die early, right? Because the damage on the wings is correlated to how much meter you have left.
Yeah, proximity factors in as well as now Chestnuts again and again trying to roast what we can. Michael's sword utilizing the bubble, setting up the dance floor. We have momentum though. This is where it gets scary and the burst is perfectly timed.
Yeah, the PRC, what a mortal counter. Incredible confirm into the set play. Double ice fish, that's a new one.
Oh no, and of course with Wings of Light once again, but oh no! Super, the drone hits, it's not enough. A chance of the run up, we have Behemoth, we have security, and we have an amazing throw tech. That might be the round.
Lands on the drone, hard knockdown in the corner. Big Millie across up to the right side. Unbelievable comeback there from RedIAmNot. Peluna just getting a little too aggressive there. We're extending a bit too much.
Goldlewis doing his best tandem top impression. Straight through with the 2D. Love the 6H attempt. The fish actually good matchup knowledge there too, knowing we can break the fish with the jump back JD.
Right, alien beats fish.
Of course.
Court naturally. All right, there's the knockdown with the Michael sword.
Pokemon types. Caught him again. A bit too far away. Still fine here as we drop the drone, looking to close distance.
I love just utilizing the really low altitude fire orb there to like prevent the opponent from dashing in as you set up the ice spike.
Great block on the dust. Better block on the overhead afterwards as well. Baits the Behemoth. Gets the hit. Double Michael sword. And with a perfect, Peluna puts an exclamation mark on game one.
Justice is smiling down from above here. The Michael sword confirms to get game one there for Peluna. She's already taken down one Goldlewis. For her, this might just be another form of normality.
Absolutely. Oh no. 2S not the thing you want to see though. A great stop sign normal in the situation now. Behemoth attempts the whiff punish. You can see they're both so practiced in the ranges they're supposed to play. Masterclass right now.
With that OTG getting up close there with the ice fish pressure. Oh, nice just defend. The IBFD pushing out.
Drones and Chestnuts. Everything coming up. Dizzy unfortunately getting turned into an open flame as now 2K 2D finds the mark. I love the burst. Keep yourself on your feet. PRC to get away from the attempted Behemoth and now send him full screen with the Michael sword.
And setting up the ice field, but gets clipped by the drone. 5H into the Behemoth. Full confirm here. Opts not to bring the wall. Wants to hold on to it for a full really churned down with the system.
Absolutely the right call. Once again, similar situation to Eno before. You've got to set yourself up to guarantee the two-touch and keep that positional advantage.
Beautiful backdash there on the Behemoth. High risk option there from Peluna, but the confidence is key. Another backdash, 2 Behemoths in a row.
Clean connect with the sword to follow up. Chestnut on the dash up once again. Unfortunately, the fish had already gone off screen, but he comes straight on back, doing his best mini Faust impression.
All right, OTG set up the fish once again into the 5D. It is human instinct to hold down back when you land, and Peluna taking advantage of that.
Oh no, he hasn't quite taken enough of an advantage now. He's gonna have to look for some kind of chip. FD, still plenty of meter to keep ourselves safe.
Bursting towards the inside. You know what? I have free will. I don't have to hold this.
Hey, I like that. Keep that momentum, keep confident. You can still win this one. No burst available here. Red, a huge advantage in terms of the resources now as we get the jump over.
Nice little check there with the light. Far slash multi hitting really easy to confirm off of all of Dizzy's buttons, reaching so far. And again, the ice slide Behemoth block string is so brutal. The Peluna weathering the storm, blocking every overhead and low. A throw's got to come out eventually.
Oh, backdash, but we still had time. Keeps the pressure up. Look at the risk gauge. We are in danger.
Oh my God, you are dead! Just like that, RedIAmNot evens up the score.
The fear gauge, you once called it.
Fear gauge. I have a heavy case of the fear. It's not as often that you see the risk gauge get that high in this version of the game, right? But boy, when it gets there, you see the consequences.
I love games with consequences, Jobber. Back in once again, a game apiece. Burst instantaneously. Looks to close distance, fakes out on setting the dance floor, goes for the anti-air. Smart stuff again from Peluna.
All right, just that bar slash range. Slight delay there on the Michael sword, able to land the hit.
Yeah, just so you don't get the knockdown. If the dance after the Skyfish, you actually would have had a knockdown on the.
Trying to go for the cross up, blocks the YRC, and it's going to get a big Behemoth launcher off of that.
Optimize as best you can. Quick on the cross up. Nice block though. Max security, max meter, everything. Red's favor for now. Unfortunately, the one thing that's not is the pressure, the momentum, but luckily that can be turned in an instant.
And the Guts Crush there with the mini gun. The best Guts Crush tool in the entire game. Very little scaling, so many hits.
Back into the mix again. Chestnut sliced up. And now as we continue to pressure while we can. You're going to utilize half. Still has security for a Behemoth cancel if we so choose, but a great backdash earns our way out of that pressure.
And earns our way into some set play. Just stuffs the fish there with the 2P. Yeah, you gotta act when the wings are up, and this time we're pulling out the gun.
Once again, bursting at the end, doesn't take too much damage and guarantees an empty security gate. Now Fish is driving away, sets himself free. I don't know what he's gonna do out in these parts though. There's no water to be seen. Uh-oh.
Into the skies. No, it was a YRC. It actually looked like Dizzy was in pre-jump frames for a second.
I thought for sure something aggressive was coming there. YRC, burst the YRC to keep momentum. The perfect choice to be able to keep that corner and keep that pressure. RedIAmNot, another game on the board and one step closer to the belt.
Peluna has been consistently backdashing those Behemoths, but that's what happens when you screw up the timing, right? Tried to backdash, was probably expecting a different kind of Behemoth to come through, or hesitated for a second. Ended up losing the entire round for it.
Clean connect there as we go straight in for the burst. 2S, a touch too far, but luckily Michael's sword and the fish in combination keep us out of the skies.
Right, harassing with that far slash, just the tip of it, but a little too aggressive with the dash and run, or the dash and throw, excuse me.
Raining down though, hit after hit, beat after behemoth after behemoth. What can you do? 6H, you're lucky the wall didn't have a lot of life left there. That could have been the kill.
Oh, but this surely can be. Same side with the JH there. RedIAmNot sitting at set point, sitting on full burst as well.
He attempted to jump there. Great timing on the burst.
All right, getting over the ice field, but Peluna was waiting with that light normal. Light normal's leading into set play, one of the strongest options in this game. Right back in with the Behemoth after that deflect shield, and now hard knockdown. Same side once again, and no, not able to get the wall split.
No, an overcommit on the run up for the throw is gonna have to hold the entirety of the confirm. Fully charged Dust. Look at the damage.
Oh, baiting that out. 100% block and punish accordingly. You have 50 tension for the RC, the ice spike, and Peluna stays alive.
It's what we utilized to get out of our last set. This time it's not quite enough. Set point still on the table. Peluna needs to survive. The full burst, definitely helpful as we look for the 6H in the position.
Oh, but what a JK. RedIAmNot been bunny hopping a lot here, throwing out those air behemoths and those JKs to really catch Peluna off guard.
Doubled up with the projectiles here, but luckily the drone doesn't care, not a bit. Looks for the jump in, works out with the connection. Do we have the confirm? Does it connect?
Oh, and it's not enough though, ProXY. Last chance here for Peluna. Goal burst is blocked, all out of options, but not out of hope.
Oh, hope is dwindling though. Dust, a touch too far. Anything will do it now. A behemoth, a gun. You know, you see it. Skyfish, the drone, evades everything though. Somehow a sweep with the legs and Peluna's alive.
And the 5D connects, not quite able to combo off of the fish. And the 2P trade, the bionic elbow locks in. Top 4 for RedIAmNot.
Podium position would definitely feel good, but a guaranteed top 2 feels even better. What a position to be in for Red. Peluna still in the mix. I mean, what a set.
Unbelievable, unbelievable winners final set. Peluna still in there, gonna have to fight for that run back, but we're gonna have to find out who will challenge Peluna. We have our top 4 locked in here, ProXY.
My favorite part of every single bracket now. Obviously, you know, we normally would give our shout outs here, but Peluna still in this, a guaranteed top 3 position here. Man. Listen, losers, semi-finals is where we find ourselves now. Still, this is where the die is cast. The stage is set. You know what you've got to do. All of your matchups are lined up. Winner stays
on.
This is the perfect position to find yourself in. First off of that one, though, is going to be Cheryo and UMISHO. Obviously, though, Peluna waiting to take a shot and maybe get the run back here as RedIAmNot sitting pretty in that grand finals position.
Yeah, you have to remember that Peluna was the one who sent Cheryo to the loser side of the bracket 3-0. So, you know, Cheryo is looking for that run back as well. But UMISHO qualifying through loser side into top 8, trying to fight their way all the way up to Red in Grands.
That's a long climb ahead. Still many, many matchups to go. But before we get into you know, the final arc of our story here and getting to see where it takes us, we are going to throw it over to one more short break. But straight after that, I promise you, we will have the conclusion of Guilty Gear Strive here at CEO 2026. Back into the breach again one last time. It is time for the top 4 here for Guilty Gear Strive at CEO 2026. It has been a bloodbath of a tournament here. The matchups have been ridiculous. We've seen champions fall, all in the midst of us looking to crown a champion for CEO. The belt's got to go home somewhere, and right now it's looking like it might stay in the Southeast. We'll get into why that is in just a moment, but for now, I am ProXY, KingJobber across the way. What a bracket, bro.
What a bracket it has been so far. Started with 8, only 4 remaining here in our top 8. Going to be kicking things off with Cheryo up against UMISHO to decide who is going to go on to face Peluna in the losers finals. And of course, sitting on the throne nice and comfy with that winner's side advantage is RedIAmNot.
It is going to be absolute terror top to bottom here. Again, A little bit of rough matchups coming through. 2 Goldlewis still hanging out. The lone Leo Whitefang looking to make the climb. And honestly and truly, we'll unpack it a little bit here, but I don't think either of the players in loser semis are excited to see the the Dizzy in Peluna in that losers finals. A very tough matchup, I think, across the board coming up.
Yeah, hard. I mean, we talk about, you know, we've already talked much about how it's difficult for Goldlewis, but on the flip side there with Leo, Leo also has a hard time dealing with zoners, right? That is his one kind of weakness as a character, and if you play that zoning game plan so well, you never even have to worry about Leo getting in. Problem is, we've seen that Peluna likes to do the, you know, mix-ups, which means that you're opening yourself up to the flash kicks. But we'll see if we get there. First, it's these two going up.
Absolutely. No zoning required on this one here. It's going to be all aggression all the time. Quick double up with the headbutt and a burst to answer. UMISHO Cheryo battling it out now at the mid-range. You can see guard point stance definitely going to be a factor on this one, too. A lot of the normals from Goldlewis can get caught out there, depending on the spacings.
And Cheryo also being very cautious. We mentioned before, too, that this is a notoriously tough matchup for Goldlewis, right? Flash kick is just a great equalizer. You're holding down back. Anytime a Behemoth Typhoon comes through, you could just let the flash kick rip.
Also being one of the arguably the largest target in the game for that new utilization of the special move, jumping out of that back turn stance, has a lot of potential here, but showing off that flash kick once again and why it's such a terror in the matchup.
And actually getting the pick up there with the 2H into the wall splat. Actually, no wall splat needed. We'll just let the super rip and take the round.
Still gets the guaranteed shatter, still gets the damage, and still gets the round. UMISHO back in the mix again as the 2S, unfortunately, a touch too stubby on that one. Words I thought I'd never say.
Oh, going for that bar slash there into the big swing in the Behemoth. That one does wall bounce if it connects.
Oh, didn't quite get the connection, but the charge dust almost certainly demands a burst here. Definitely the right call.
Yeah, UMISHO's going to be able to build up a lot of tension here still in this set. About a half health. And trying to even up the life total here with this wall bounce combo into the axe kick.
Chance now, his legs get exposed. 2S, the IBFD buys a ton of space though.
Oh, okay, Behemoth connecting, gonna go for the RC, trying to get as much corner carry as possible. Setting up the drone for Oki, that is going to lock down the flash kick. And the fuzzy! Wow, rising JK, still not enough to get the kill, but we are gonna block the super.
Yep, and a close slash is just enough to do it from there. Nothing special needed. Definitely the right call to play it a touch reserved. You had enough of a life lead, or even if you're incorrect, even if it returns to neutral, a single Behemoth, a single shot of the gun would have been the finish.
To be honest with you, it's still so weird not seeing that you're being immediately RC'd at the final hit. Oh, harassment with the 5P. Stagger 2S's.
And the second we see that guard point stance gone, immediately finds the connection here. Burst comes through. What else you got for us?
Oh, little check with the 2P. Again, that Goldlewis 2P. World-class button. Going for the overhead, and there's the flash kick, the great equalizer in this matchup.
It's now headbutt into a little bit of a delay. 2K2D, what a press out!
Oh, just trying to FD for her life here. Cheryo with the mortal counter on the low Behemoth. Is it enough to get the kill though with the wall break? Not quite. 1 HP remaining.
It's a scary prospect now. Still has 50 meter. It's knocked down. Things are getting dicey. Still has meter. Has a chance. The gold burst by space. Burn it down.
Nothing hits. Oh! But the deflect shield. UMISHO flinched there at the end. Was doing so well on the defense.
I mean, that is the Guilty Gear Strive equivalent of full tilt sprint and stopping on a dime. You expect the momentum to continue. You expect the violence to try and continue, but somehow you're able to maneuver out of it there. The slowdown perfectly timed as Cheryo does manage to secure game 1 and secure first blood with that 2P in round 2.
All right, 5K actually catching the backdash attempt there, it looks like. Overhead is going to get flash kicked. Oh, but able to bait out the guard point with the RC. That was very nice. Pressure is up once again. Overhead's going to connect. Cheryo really just mixing between these standing overheads and these standing lows with that Behemoth and that 5K.
I mean, it's a devastating situation. Strike, throw, high, low, it's all you need. You don't have to overcomplicate it here as we do manage to keep corner. It's what we were looking for before, but again, on the startup of the Behemoth, this is an easy flash kick.
Oh, didn't dash in deep enough for there, but had the right idea. Would have worked if they took one extra step, but with that mistake, UMISHO is gonna take a mile.
Still alive, 50-meter, full burst, full security. More than capable of being able to make a comeback here despite the knockdown. And when I say comeback, I just mean, you know, a little bit of momentum on the side as UMISHO is going to spend. This is a big one.
UMISHO does have 50 tension though, but the throw, little hesitation there, little micro step, and Cheryo gets in range this time.
Off the yard. Beats it out there. Quick little tap of the lows. They find the headbutts once again on the throw. A little jump in action. And on the clash, both ready with the FD.
Pressing on that 2K. Ooh, Cheryo though ready for the run through this time, putting up the drone. Yeah, we're flash kicking out. Doesn't matter if you go for 5D, doesn't matter if you go for another Behemoth.
This is close though. Things are going to get dicey here. Plenty of meters. We cross over with the dash. Perfect spacing and a perfect mix-up. Cheryo continuing to roll 2 games straight.
You could tell Cheryo is hungry for that run back against Peluna. Obviously getting set to the loser side in this position because she was able to win 3-0. That is devastating, and Cheryo wants to change that future.
I mean, back to character select for the mental slowdown here. Not expecting any kind of swap. More just, you know, recentering. That's definitely the way to do it here. You cannot let a player like this, you cannot let a character like this get to you. Just reset. You know, it's just video games. You can do it.
Just
Don't stress yourself out, you know?
There's a belt on the line, Proxy. This is more than just video games.
We're in it one more time. Loser semis continues to rock. Cheryo, a healthy lead. Can he extend? Can he get on the podium here? Close slash lets it rock, then no cancel into the second close slash. That is confidence.
And confidence has been the story of Cheryo, right? Year after year, event after event, slowly building that confidence, culminating at that EVO top 8. And how sweet would it be to take home a CEO belt?
Axe kick, unfortunately, making us ask other questions here, like what are you gonna do? You're getting oppressed here in the corner. Guard point stands, cancels out, and ends up finding the whip punish there, counter punch with the 5P.
Positive bonus for UMISHO now. I love it. I love when players just back up and let the meter build up. Let it do the work for you. No reason to rush right on in.
Quick flip pass, drop of the axe kick here. Doesn't even need to spend the bar. Cut it short and get on through. UMISHO back in the lead, at least for the game. Still fighting from a hell of a deficit now. 2S is attempted, but gets beaten to the spot.
6K. Oh, the slightly delayed flash kick there. That's why we keep the RC on lock.
Stood up in plenty of time, drops through with the pillar, everything coming up UMISHO's way. It's been a huge twist of fate, but this is a big chance now. A knockdown and a throw attempt. What a jump and what a game. UMISHO, a completely different player than we saw in game 1 and 2.
Those game 1 and 2, that was a whisper in the wind, Proxy. We are fully formed here now. What do we say? She has the X factor. When her back is up against the wall, that's when the beast comes out.
Now, again, taking a moment to reconsider. No character swap expected. We're back into the mix again. Straight through one more time. Game 4 begins with an aggressive dash up, a 2K 2D. Finding a home for it here and continuing pressure. Once again, the no cancel on the close slash. I like how aggressive we're being with that.
I do as well. Just really keeping UMISHO on their toes here, especially trying to bait out that flash kick, right? Make you think, is the Behemoth going to come out or not? You can never feel safe letting the flash kick rip.
Okay. Block string ender with the fireball here. Both of them big chillin'. Not expecting to see something this slow and steady, but finally a burst is forced.
Oh, that trade though going to be in UMISHO's favor, getting a lot more advantage. Not going for any kind of fuzzy. Oh, what a call out there from Cheryo.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
It's getting worse and worse. PRC backwards. Recognized we had to get aggressive there. Guard point was already committed to. Went for the low. Was thinking about the throw. Chance now. Clean connect. The headbutt comes through. It's not enough. We have to reset.
And here comes the reset. Are you going to block it? No! We just reversal!
Once again, fist to the sky, down with the system, says Cheryo, and it's set point one more time. We've seen this situation before, but UMISHO has been able to persevere. Can we do it again?
Oh, trying to escape from the corner there. JD still a great button, able to find that 2K 2D into the knockdown. Safe jump with the JH. But UMISHO striking right back. And getting the wall break here, positive bonus. That's going to be a big boon here for UMISHO, getting that 50 tension.
It worked out just in time. FD makes just enough space, 50 meter between the two. Behemoth on the landing, too far for the throw.
Great block on the overhead, immediately into the flash kick, recognizing Cheryo had to dash forward to close the space.
I think a YRC is on the menu here soon. We have all this meter, we haven't really utilized it much yet. PRC, it's the burst instead.
Put out the drone, go my son, just control the screen for me.
Throw attempt, puts us in a bit of a weird position here. Overhead finds the mark just enough as we get the break with the pillar. A little bit at a time. We're making the climb. It's around a piece. Survival point for UMISHO.
Survival of the fittest here. Overhead is gonna connect. UMISHO looking like an apex predator here with the Leo wiping the Lion.
We'll find now. Pressured out, positive bonus ticking up still. Just gets to the position now, 100 meter in pocket, hops forward, finds the low. Burst is spent, chooses not to burn it down, holds the meter, but is bursted back into the corner again. Perfect jump out.
Just a simple jump forward, no buttons pressed or anything. Still though, 5D up in the guts. If we can reach the wall, it might be able to kill. Is it enough? Not quite!
My God, and look at the resources, look at the meter, everything you could possibly need. It's a BRC, it's a wait for the flash kick, and finally, it does come! It's not if, it's when, and UMISHO with the perfect timing.
One step ahead is UMISHO. Saw the BRC, knew that was not the opportunity to go for the flash kick. You would have been hanging yourself out to dry, but it is up to game 5 between these two daredevils now. And each game, they go back to character select to calm down, to reevaluate, reassess the situation, and formulate a new game plan going into the next one.
And really, truly, I think it's a lot about saving gas mileage, too. You got to remember, job's not done. Obviously, you're thinking about the opponent in front of you, but you still have so many matches to go. If you were to take the victory, you can see deep in thought. Just considering the options here, character swap definitely not on the mind. It is all about how we're going to optimize the big man to make this work. Cheryo facing forward, back into it again. Game 5 for survival between the two. A spot on the podium, on the line. We're back in the mix one more time.
Let's rock here. The eagle flying. It's time to get a challenger for Peluna. Round start scenario here. Both players being heavily patient. UMISHO is the first one to draw, though, with that 2K.
Back throw. Definitely a big deal here. The positional win. Doubles up with the Behemoth. Great timing on the flash kick, knowing as we landed, we definitely were going to be able to swing it out.
Flash kick out once again, immediately into the Berserker slash. Check you with the 5K.
Doubles up with the JP, still fine, runs past. Bold burst, gets a lot of room for us now.
A lot of room with that drone, too. Gets the pickup. UMISHO accidentally running into it there. Here comes the fuzzy attempt. No, we go low.
First timing's definitely good, though. Back in the mix again. 5K, and actually stops the run to attempt. Chance now.
Low once again. Yep, after that Behemoth, did you block it? It is your turn. Very important to know which Behemoths you can challenge after.
Oh, looking to bait that as best we can. Max distance with a far slash, still fine. Stop signs with a 2K once again, but finds nothing for it. Pressure on. UMISHO, slight advantage now in terms of pressure.
And gonna be able to dump the meter here.
Pixel.
You think it's a pixel? Just about a tiny sliver of health remaining, but UMISHO just has to find the last touch. Checking with the 5P, maybe a little bit of a safe jab there, but chasing up to the skies. You want a tango back down to the ground.
And now, elimination point. UMISHO, huge advantage. What a start. Keeps it aggressive with the overhead attempt once again. Guard point stance and into the pillar burst. Your final burst is spent potentially.
This is not good. Positive bonus for UMISHO. It's not a hard knockdown. It's back to neutral, so Cheryo does get another opportunity, but UMISHO is about to have full burst. There it is. Just the resources are overwhelming, ProXY.
Oh, and it's looking like it could go down to the wire here. Sets out the drone, looks to close distance, double parry, but gets the punish. A chance now as the FD tries to buy us a bit of room. Is that enough? Not quite. The RC makes it just enough as the overhead follow-up finds the mark. UMISHO optimizes down to the wire and continues to survive a top 3 finish now.
Unfortunately, it is the end of the road here for TNS's own Cheryo, but putting on yet another performance. CEO, make some noise for Cheryo!
Beloved by the community, one of the best to do it. Top 4 placement, a fantastic showing. I love this guy so much.
He's so good. So good, and I have no doubt that he's going to be seeing him in many top 8s to come. And of course, in that ARC World Tour as well. We've neglected to mention that players are fighting for points here, by the way. We've been so
wrapped up,
fixated on the belt. I mean, it's a beautiful belt, right? And one of these players here that we have remaining in our top 3 is going to earn it. But they are also fighting to earn those ARC World Tour points to earn a spot in New York City next year in March.
I mean, so much on the line. The pride, the prize money, the points, the belt, everything culminating to this. Peluna and UMISHO set to clash with RedIAmNot waiting in the wings. Our top 3 is set. It's all about the order now. As again, we alluded to it a little bit before the first match started. We're back into this one now. We have seen Peluna in certain tournaments. I watched Peluna just absolutely climb through a sea of Leos in previous tournaments before. Absolutely capable in the matchup here, and definitely one that can be a little dicey. Again, the dance floor, being able to mess up the movement there and catch Leo in odd positions. Michael's sword being able to poke out. The fish on the knockdown, so good for being able to bait out flash kick and get delayed meaty setups here. You have so much opportunity to be able to prey on the things that Leo normally would be able to call such a heavy advantage in his own favor.
That is absolutely correct, ProXY. But then on the flip side, if UMISHO is able to find that way in, get in there with the Leo, Dizzy doesn't really have the best tools to say, get off of me. Her mash normals are not the best, right? That 2P, 2K. And obviously, when it comes to dealing with left-rights, having invincible reversal, she does have one super, but it's not really the best.
Yeah, definitely not exactly best in class, we'll call it for sure. But again, it's all smiles on the stage. Top 3, why wouldn't you be happy? But, you know, once we get into the match here, you know, friendship's over.
I can tell you why you wouldn't be happy. Because 3rd and 2nd don't get the belt.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
Why, listen, an important thing to lock in on, as it looks like button checks are complete and we are ready to go. Top 3 already guaranteed, but anything but one doesn't feel just as good. A climb near the top. What is a climb of a mountain if you do not make it to the summit, you know?
You are damn right, ProXY. And these two are fighting to challenge the person currently awaiting at the summit. RedIAmNot, it is time for losers finals here at CEO 2026.
Big opportunity. 99 seconds is going to decide a lot. How aggressive do you want to be? How much space do you want to give? Questions that will have answered straight away. Immediately, UMISHO the dash block, closes distance, harasses with the jab, showing an early pattern of trying to keep that pressure up.
Yeah, trying to stay close, trying to stay low risk, able to bait out the burst. Low risk, high reward, that's the name of the game.
Axe kick puts us in a bit of a weird position now. Quick slice of the Michael sword, all fine though. As the IBFD buys us a ton of space, and now a little bit more room to work. Wings of Light with a chance for the low. Great tech, but that does break our wings.
Love using the guard point there to challenge the Chestnuts.
Same situation again. I think that Peluna in those spots was maybe banking on UMISHO, thinking that they weren't going to go for the throw to actually break their own wings twice in a row. UMISHO with a great guess.
Spike down for the Oki now. Going for a dash up with the FD. No run-through attempt so far here from UMISHO, just trying to play the layer 1 at the moment before we start mixing in those left-rights. Definitely establishing that strike throw game too. A little peppered in of the high-low, catching the backdash with the axe kick. Gets that burst immediately.
As soon as that connects, you kind of have to burst, but now, unfortunately, betrayed by your own dance floor here, the Ice OTG puts us in a compromised spot. UMISHO was looking to close distance and is able to successfully a 2K, 5K follow-up, and that is more than enough to very quickly secure our first game.
Total domination, fully in charge of the tempo of the match, in the driver's seat here. And the destination is grand finals, but Peluna getting the first blood here in game number 2, setting up the board state with the ice, with the fish, with the wings. How are you gonna answer?
Oh my God, unfortunately that is not the answer we were looking for there. Had to burst the wings of light. We're about to pop here. Activates it one more time just to apply pressure as the fish going way wide to make sure that the jump does not escape.
Oh, gets the knockdown. The wings are popped. Not too much though. We did spend the RC for the Oki.
Still, that little chunk of damage might end up being enough here. Just a pixel of life left, and dash up with a throw. Ends up finding the mark. Peluna finally on the board here, getting some momentum and still keeping that full burst with the win.
Oh, but that 5K into the throw, a match made in heaven. Really give this character a bazooka knee, huh? Nice backdash into the back throw. UMISHO's own with the overhead connecting. The pizza cutter is going to get the knockdown.
Puts in a bit of a weird position now. Double dashes up, great tag, but it doesn't matter. That burst option closes distance so quickly. 6P, safe as can be.
Wings are lit once again. Just trying to delay this combo as long as possible. Scores the hit. Oh, the burst, so smart. They're bursting on the ice spike. There is no way for Peluna to keep that safe unless they're willing to spend a fast RC.
YRC made a bit of space for ourselves on that one too. Sliced up, very nice.
The wings here, not too much of a threat due to the tension, but UMISHO still flinching and letting the flash kick rip just like that. Peluna able to even up the board.
A wings pop and is able to get the maximum damage for it here. As quick as the first game goes, the second one goes in time, straight back into the action. No moments of hesitation here. An amazing tech between the two, but UMISHO with first blood and the burst force.
Yeah, what we saw there before, too, was we talk about how the Wings of Light force your opponent to act, right? Another important thing to note is if Dizzy has barely any tension, you don't have to because it drains her tension and won't do that much damage. UMISHO, though, still trying to act and end up getting punished for it.
Oh, what a backdash there. Even with the ice floor still applied, still able to make enough room to escape as the axe kick breaks us through once again. A resource advantage here for Peluna, and might be able to convert it into something here. It's Wings of Light once again to apply the pressure as the dance floor comes up.
Yeah, this time a lot more tension into the throw. The wings are about to pop. Look at that, a nice little chunk done. But it means the next hit is going to be it.
Wow, so brave. I think UMISHO bet it all that Peluna was not going to be brave enough to swing in that spot because Leo's 5K as well as 6P are both so militant in a position like that.
Talking about militancy here, putting you through the wall with the axe kick. Once again, 50% of your health gone. Now just building up that tension. Finally finds the counter hit, pushed it to the corner. This is a dangerous prospect for Peluna, but we're still swinging out there with that 5P.
Top of the ice spike, activation of the wings, the infinite block string, help!
Okay, we pushed out just enough, and then goes into the RC. YRC is gonna get the wings out of here, and gonna be able to get us a combo.
One more time, oh my God, that much momentum with the guard point stands. It just doesn't feel fair, but it's the reality of the situation. Closes distance, it gets the hit, around a piece. Honestly, a must win on both sides, it feels like.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Peluna is coming in this down a little bit on the defensive, but actually able to get the burst out of UMISHO really early on. That is a massive win here for Peluna now in the burst economy.
Tapping the legs and the punish, definitely nice. Activation of the Wings of Light. Fish continuing to be a menace here. The full aquarium somehow is able to counter poke, but still loses out in the mid-range. Back on the offense here is Peluna as we continue pressure.
Getting that 6H. Ice field is up once again. Goes for the down. 2D into the Michael Sword. The wings are a lit. YRC is just a little too late though, ProXY. Just blocked two on the run through and a 5P challenge. Who do you think you are?
Quick little swing of the ponytail, that long braid whipping out to be able to save the day, 2-1. And as we've seen so many times today, it's back to character select for a little bit of a mental slowdown here. UMISHO has been able to make those adjustments and has been able to fight out of these situations before. Can she muster it up again?
I mean, we have seen it time and time again. That is the question, right? Does UMISHO have any more left in the tank? And even if they do to get through this, are they going to have enough to win from loser side in grand finals, right? Peluna needs to make sure we don't find out, though, and needs to put a stop to this right here. Make sure that these embers cannot raise into a fire.
One game away from guaranteeing that Orlando, Florida will keep the belt here at home at CEO straight away. The flash kick comes through, a great IBFD to buy space after, and a better sweep of the legs. I love the burst timing from UMISHO, though.
All right, dash up, toss you back into the corner. Yep, ice fish. But UMISHO's so smart to delay, right? Wait until the meaty comes out and the fish bites, and then let the flash kick rip. Oh, but we got the school out once again. Look at the damage on the wings! Good God! Chip damage is going to do it there with the chestnuts, but now UMISHO is on thin ice, ProXY.
At that point, what can you possibly do? Dash up 6 feet, definitely a good start. Keep that momentum. Do not let Peluna's momentum stifle you. Attempts to turn into an equal sign, doesn't quite work out. Wings of Light activated again. A great just block on the fish, but how long can you last?
Oh, nice counter poke, sending you back full screen to square one. JD preventing you from jumping up.
Look at the life!
Just gone! Decimated, but UMISHO not down and out, still has an opportunity here. Holding on to the corner, not gonna break the wall. Finally a run through in the corner.
Oh no, and the 2S hits from max distance there. It's a 2H follow-up. Do we have enough damage? Do we make it to the wall? We absolutely do! As the axe kick follows up, it's a round apiece once again. Set point, survival point, a battle to the end right now.
Michael Sword pushing us so far. Ice field is up. I like the jump forward to try and slide in with momentum, but Peluna is able to get the throw into the OTG. Icefield is up once again.
Tikto works out perfectly here. Wings of Light activation. An opportunity here. We jump scare straight through. Gold Burst actually ends up being the choice now.
Oh, just putting on the wings into the mortal counter. 5H blocks the burst. 100 tension. Are we going to see a gamma ray?
Followed up with, oh, gets the wall stick, spends the meter. Is it enough? The wings make it certainly enough. Peluna moving to grand finals and guaranteed the belt stays in Orlando.
Unbelievable performance there. Peluna looks like she can hardly believe it, but that's right, Peluna. You are in grand finals of CEO. Only one player preventing them or standing in their way of claiming that belt, and that is RedIAmNot, the one who sent Peluna to the loser side of the bracket.
I mean, an absolute cinema to come here soon, but we've got to give our flowers. Third place, CEO. Give it up for UMISHO.
What a top 8 this has been, ProXY. The number of EVO champions and all of them being in the loser side is insane.
Cinema cannot even describe it, not for a moment. We are taking it down to the wire here. Grand finals, the Central Florida battle between two of the best to do it. Like we said, you saw the sticker. Juicy bringing some of the best and brightest. Glad to see the representation coming through as Red makes their way to the ring. This is going to be a battle for the ages. Do not be surprised to see it end to 3-0. Do not be surprised to see 10-game banger. This could go any direction because you have to remember, again, both these two players have shown they know the matchup so well, but the I know that you know runs deep in this one.
It is not the character matchup at all whatsoever in this grand finals. It is the player matchup with how familiar they are with each other. It's about exploiting each other's weaknesses that they are familiar with in their game plan and executing accordingly to come out on top. RedIAmNot, of course, getting the winner side advantage here. It has to be knocked down to losers and eliminated, but Peluna is coming off of a hot victory from UMISHO, so is carrying a bit more momentum.
Absolutely, and that is worth its weight in gold as you get into the later stages of these tournaments. That is the advantage of being in that position to be able to stay on for the winner's stays. It has been a long-fought, long, hard battle to make it to this position here, but finally, again, first of all, guaranteed Florida on top. Hold that.
That's right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? So glad to see these two in this position. Goldlewis versus Dizzy. If you had told me years ago that Dizzy would be in a position like this, I would have thought you were absolutely crazy, but a player like Peluna, more than capable of making it happen, showing that the character is as strong as you're willing to make her. And, I mean, damn it, Peluna is the strongest when it comes to Queen Dizzy. It's not even close.
That is damn right. Not even close at all. I'd say not even close in the world, not just in the U.S.
I
here.
would agree.
Peluna putting this character on the map, but how sweet would it be to go home with that title, be the first Dizzy player to win a major the size of CEO. And this is it, CEO. Let me hear you. Grand Finals for Guilty Gear Strive.
That's the energy I want to hear, bringing it all the way back. An opportunity for greatness between the two. A major victory would be an incredible add to the case here regardless. Staying here in Central Florida, Behemoth instantaneously opens things up. It's a burst, but that's half of your life and you're back to the wall. What can you do?
You have to weather this storm, this typhoon. That is something we saw a lot in the first set between these two, as Peluna has the backdashes on deck for the Behemoths. The only problem is you mess up a single backdash, you die.
You're a frame off, you get a trade, and a trade with Goldlewis is never in your favor.
All right, checking with that 2P and that 5P anti-air. We didn't really see much 5P at all in the first set. So Red pulling that out, also a great anti-air in its own right.
It's a stiff-ass left, bro. I was not expecting that. Oh, hard read attempt with the air throw. That or an execution error, either way. Still looking all right. Maybe just didn't release the forward. We're going to get a little bit of that ice floor confirmed. The double up with the 2P.
Oh, wake up Goldburst, not holding the mix. Again, exercising that free will. You do not have to hold the mix. Into the 5D.
Oh, and resets it. I like that. So smart!
You're dead. You're dead. Oh my God.
Just like that, again, the threat of the Wings of Light, it makes you make a move, and sometimes that move ends up being a little too hasty around a piece, but burst advantage for Red.
I tried to go for that quick dash in. RedIAmNot, though, so proficient at using that jump, that JK there from Goldlewis, just to kind of catch you off guard, and gonna get a clean confirm here straight into the super. Is it fully churned? Yes, it is. Hard knockdown and tons of damage.
Glass is just for cosmetics now. Tries to bait out the throw tech attempt. A nice knockdown here. A great just block as we switch sides quickly, but unfortunately there's going to get doubled up on. Pieced up by the Ice Fist twice in a row as the wall break comes through.
The Wings of Light are up once again.
Look at the footsies with the jab, bro. Actually unreal. Michael Sword, late PRC, is able to confirm it. Way to piece it back together. Absolute ridiculous confirm. Recognizing we had the hit, the quick PRC saves the day.
Off to a good start here for Peluna. But let's see if we can maintain the pace. It's a battle of attrition, and having to just whittle down Goldlewis for one set, let alone 2 sets, is definitely a test of patience. But here we go, the Chestnuts locking down. Michael Sword to put you full screen once again.
Yeah, and the dance floor, unfortunately, complicating things a little bit. Jumps just to make sure that the fish is activated. As now we look to close distance. Whoa, just barely scrapes the legs.
But the Wings are back up, back online. Trying to dash on in, utilize that far slash into the ice, blinded by the light. Peluna up another round.
No player is going to utilize that odd physics on the ice better than the Dizzy player herself. Nice knockdown, though, at the start. Red, we don't have to worry about the dance floor. Turns out if they're in block stun, it never happens. What a thought.
Far slash, multi-hitting. Tip of the range there, able to combo into the Michael Sword and put us right back into our designated board state.
Very aggressively trying to close distance there. I like that, preventing the OTG. We weren't sure how much time we had left on the ice floor, so guaranteeing that there's no OTG. Back to the corner now, but another perfect backdash from Peluna.
That was crazy to try and throw out the Wings of Light there while Goldlewis was in the air during the BRC.
The run stop again and again. Drone somehow closes all of that distance. Now it's time to weather the storm. Behemoth after Behemoth! But again, these backdashes, world class.
World class pressure here too with that dash cancel. But getting caught in the ankles once again. Same side with the JH. IBFD ain't gonna save you when you drift forward with the RC. Nice 6P into the Michael Sword. Back into the ice field once again.
Love the slick routing, but the up forward just fully escapes. Holds on to the burst there. Doesn't want to spend it too aggressively. You would have been cornered as well. So I definitely like the call, as unfortunately now Michael Sword has jumped and your dome gets scratched.
I'm honestly surprised Peluna did not set up the ice field before and actually just rushed in, right? Got really aggressive and ended up paying for it instead of just sticking to the game plan that had been working.
Fish applied once again. RC, just one big behemoth just for the fish. Grind that life out. I like that Peluna chooses not to FD that though. Save that meter, have an RC. This confirm is coming all off of that.
Oh yeah, but the burst though, getting rid of the Wings of Light once again. But because we're full screen, gonna be able to set it up. Build up that tension in the meantime too to make it do even more damage. Into the throw, it's about to pop, there it is! Look at it, all unblockable!
All that extra little bits of damage now, unfortunately, leaves you a bit wanting for the meter. Presence of mind to swing through the drone. That is supreme matchup knowledge from Peluna. The drone, even when you can see it fully formed, it's not quite active yet. That is a perfect press from Peluna to interrupt.
Not only that too, but the Michael Sword is not going to trade with the drone, meaning if you can hit Goldlewis through it, the drone is gone.
I mean, the momentum is crazy right now. Red needs a massive shift somewhere, somehow. How can they steady the ship?
The backdashes on these Behemoth Typhoons have been insane. Oh! And the bait burst.
Do anything, but that's crazy.
It was sick. It was sick. That's all that matters.
Confirm. Yeah, absolutely. Dance floor once again. Keeps it rolling. Fish for the mix-up. Dashes back and roasts some chestnuts.
Oh, stuffing the drone once again. Peluna giving RedIAmNot no corner, but we're going to swing back. Not quite fully charred. The Zennies are safe.
Still fine here, though. 2K, nice backdash. Your crazy backdash. Peluna's defensive habits are unbelievable. The way we're piloting around some of the most stifling pressure in the world is unbelievable. Peluna is one away from a reset.
A 3-0 reset at that ProXY. Red needs to put a stop to this momentum that Peluna has. Ice Fish set up. Gonna get a counter hit. Look at the damage on that.
One touch away. Wings of Light activated, 50-meter in pocket. Play it low, play it slow. Don't have to be too aggressive. Time is on your side if you're Peluna, but maybe not for long. What a poke!
The backdashes on the Behemoth's ProXY. How can you maintain offense if Peluna just backdashes everything? Finally, finding the hit. Cross up to the other side, but the deflect shield is going to create a lot of much-needed space.
Still has meter. Plenty to play with here. Got the jump over. Tries to try jump with the BRC. Still fine. Behemoth again and again. What a backdash, but gets caught out. Doesn't get the wall stick, though. Uh-oh.
Oh, into the 5D, and RedIAmNot slowing down this reset opportunity for Peluna.
Medals in the win for your girl, Dizzy. Still looking good. Found the connection. Forces the burst. Bubble, Ice Spike, catching fish, roasting chestnuts, and continues to apply so much pressure. What an anti-air, what a knockdown. Dance floor once again as the wings continue to shine.
All good dance floors need lights.
Uh-oh. This is getting bad. Red starting to lose control of the situation a little bit here. Closing distance with the drone, but it's not max security, so it can't close full distance. Legs get swept, still alive, but the situation is dire.
This should be it. The wings have popped, and Peluna ring the bell. That's a reset.
Masterclass, unbelievable. The activation of the Wings of Light keeps it so aggressive, and just like that, one more full set to go. An unbelievable story we continue to write. Peluna is dominating right now.
This is a different Peluna than who we saw in winners finals. I mean, it's something to be said about riding off of a hot streak in the loser side, right? That is your advantage as the loser side player. You only get one life, but you get to ride in with the momentum.
We'll see if we can keep that snowball rolling. Back in the mix one more time. For the final time, the set begins. 2K2D a touch too far, but we managed to get the drone set up. An opportunity as Michael's sword is jumped.
Oh no, /counter hit. Gonna get the burst here out of Peluna. Oh, that big old 2H, very rare button to see put out by Dizzy.
Yep, just guarantee your ice. Max security drone, so it's going to move for quite a bit of time. Once again, though, 2H, very preemptive in that spot.
Yeah, starting to incorporate it more. That's not something we saw in either of the two sets between these
Wings are about to pop, and look at the amount of meter we actually have. Cuts the super, and look at the drain! It's unbelievable! The optimizations are unreal. Peluna is unstoppable right now.
Unbelievable. Perfectly executed here by Peluna. RedIAmNot is just grasping for a way to put a stop to this right now. But here we go. The behemoth is started up. The eye of the storm is spinning. You are stuck in the typhoon.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say completely out of control. Finally some momentum back to the opposite side. RedIAmNot answering back around a piece. Burst nearly on the table for both. Peluna willing to give some distance, but unfortunately that's gonna lead to a 2K knockdown.
All right, overhead once again. To the double overhead, make that a triple. 2S, too far away. Nice whip punish there from Peluna. Into that 5D, comboing right off of the fish.
Love the way we're closing distance there, though. Michael Sword once again. Land the dance floor, looks for the 2K. Distance closed a bit at a time. That momentum builds, but now Peluna takes back advantage.
Big old counter hit on the 5H. Wings are lit once again. Just need to buy time for that charge and to build up some more tension.
Oh. No, but you don't lose your life bar. Even as you attack, you think it's your offense. You're getting comboed and block stunned.
Oh, but there's the YRC on the 5D attempt. Didn't want to deal with the mix-up. One touch away, though. Red back to full screen.
And we're throwing every single piece of the arsenal here. Love the backdash just to kill some of that momentum here. Punches the fish, but back into the dance floor once again. Things are not getting any easier. Drone cuts just in time.
That drone is so scary. It can hit Queen Dizzy. And again, the jump out. We saw that against UMISHO. The willingness to jump back and press a light normal in the face of death.
With your life on the line, willing to take the aggressive action. It pays off time and time again. Round start has been where Red has been dominating, but Peluna gets the burst, gets back to full screen, is able to restabilize. This is how a lot of the rounds have gone, but unfortunately this time, at least for Peluna, it's not looking like it's going to continue that way. A little bit of violence out of this round.
Yeah, Bully Churn going to break the Zennies now. Hard knockdown for RedIAmNot. Patience from Peluna. This is a difficult one to make a comeback from, and there it is, JD. The comeback is not going to happen, but it's a fresh round. Peluna is very close to getting burst.
Sweeping the legs attempted. Still fine though, no dance floor. Didn't want to add those extra frames. Knockdown with the behemoth. Not much else to show for it though. Has to spend the burst to keep corner, keep momentum. You cannot let Peluna escape. This is where you have to make your stand. An incredible backdash, but the pressure continues. Cannot last forever on this one. The deflect shield. Unfortunately, that's half your burst just to be deleted. The double behemoth and a game in Red's favor. And if Red is going to take the victory, that's how fast these games need to be.
Yeah, you cannot allow Peluna to have time to set up the board state, to have time to really gather the pace or to dictate the pace of the matchup, I should say. You need to come out of the gate swinging and don't stop.
Love that dash under. That was brave. Goldlewis has some very good orbital hitboxes, so dashing past is not always the easiest thing to do.
The truth is, the longer the set goes on or the longer the round goes on, the more likely it is that Peluna is going to come out on top, right?
Absolutely. Can't play perfect around Wings of Light forever. You can't. Oh, and the gold burst. Oh, no. But it doesn't matter. Sliding on in. Turned into a tank.
Looking like Terminator 2.
Should be blocking.
No!
Bad.
Yeah, we were pressing there. Fast RC into the overhead, and RedIAmNot has locked in. The fire inside has awakened.
Got skating on in. Manages to escape. The throw changes the dynamic a ton here. Tap of the legs. Activates the activates the wings. One more bite with the fish here. Looking for the final touch. YRC manages to turn off the wings.
The YRC is fantastic, though. You get rid of the reversal option from RedIAmNot. Don't have to worry about that Behemoth Typhoon. Excuse me, that down with the system. Oh, but you do have to worry about that Behemoth Typhoon.
Something that must always be on your mind. A game and around halfway to victory. Here is Red anti-air jab at the start. Gonna release the bubble and dash past. Loving the situation and is doing a great job of not being predictable with this Skyfish, utilizing it at such unique timing.
No attempts at backdash yet. Oh, speak of the devil, there it is. But still stuck in the corner even after backdashing 2 of these Behemoth Typhoons, able to escape, most partly because the slowdown on the hit on the fish, right?
Yeah. It's now good backdash there, avoiding the anti-air attempt. Peluna was so ready for whatever Red was trying to look for there. Jab, once again a touch too far. We're gonna try and burn it down. Michael's sword not able to connect. Crosses up and puts us in the corner, and the backdash gets caught. It's from bad to worse.
Okay, far slash connects. Icefield is up once again. Gonna get that OTG into the wings.
Peluna, clean touch again. Red, I believe we're gonna live to fight one more day. Yep, burst is spent. Burn it down one more time. Gold freaking Lewis.
Oh, but the 5 PRC! Dash on in. Should be able to get a wall splash for this, but not gonna go for it. Instead, sets up the double fish, justify the final hit, and there it is!
This is a set-defining round. I don't want to say the winner wins the tournament, but it really comes down to it here. Having that momentum, having that one-game cushion could be everything. So much decided in this moment, and Red takes advantage, takes the momentum, but straight away an anti-air to a knockdown.
This is the height of the tug-of-war match between these two. Empty jump into the throw. Set up the fish once again for the Oki. You gotta be patient.
Wings of Light, draining down. Good on Red, though, to not overextend. Don't just act like it's not happening. Sucks to get hit by it. Just imagine you got thrown twice.
Yeah, you know what? Any damage that it does, you can do double with a Behemoth Typhoon.
Uh-oh. Maybe not in a situation like this. Love the little cross-up, everything combos.
Nice check there with the light. Catching the counter hit and getting the burst out. I like this change from Red, really relying on the burn it down here to force Peluna forward.
Good backdash. Back in again, Michael's sword to make some space. Opportunity for the anti-air, doesn't work out. Backdash is caught. Waited for the burst, it felt like. There's the gold burst. How does she keep doing that?
Oh, but the JD! Slide on in, into the throw. Peluna gonna be able to close out the round. One more game here for Peluna. The crowd loses their mind every time she backdashes a Behemoth Typhoon. They just start screaming.
I mean, these are 2 of the favorites when it comes to the location we're playing from here. Like you said, set point. Peluna 1 away from claiming a CEO championship. Red, love the burst, love the momentum. Perfect use of the drone as well. Tries to bait the burst. Peluna holds it and repositions the confidence she's playing with Jobber.
Look at this, the chestnuts knocking you down into the throw. Still plenty of tension here on Peluna's side as well to keep the pressure up. Look at the wings, you're dead. Tournament point. 1 more to go. A great round for Peluna, holding on to that burst. But RedIAmNot gets the first blood.
Love the idea. Keep that momentum, lay out the drone. Oh my God, what a trade. Cartoon Dust Cloud once again. Peluna manages to escape the corner, finds the hit, and now is back on the offense.
Look at the tension here too. Red's back up against the wall. Setting up the drone.
What can you do? Ooh. Wings activated, knockdown again. Dance floor one more time. Things are looking dire.
5D, the burst has to come out, tries to bait it out, but Red doesn't bite. And there it is! All rise for Queen Dizzy! All rise for the Queen of the Ring, Peluna!
CEO 2026 has a new monarch, a new champion. It's well-deserved. Peluna is your CEO 2026 champion!
Peluna does it. Dizzy does it. The best Dizzy in the world. Not North America, the damn world, ProXY.
Hey, you ain't wrong. It's a well-deserved victory. What a set, what a tournament. Unbelievable performance top to bottom. I cannot believe how down to the wire we continue to go. You would think after 5 years we would be in a position where we wouldn't be so floored, but every single time it happens, Guilty Gear Strive continues to write some of the best stories we get to see in the FGC, and another one we're getting to close the book on here. A super well-deserved victory from Peluna.
A fairy tale ending befitting of a queen here. Queen Dizzy piloted by Peluna. What a top 8 that we got to see here. Every single event, whether it be CEO, Evo, Frosty Faustines, Combo Breaker, SQXL, Guilty Gear puts on a show. All generations. And Strive is still going strong. 5 years, still writing those great stories like you said.
Absolutely. The numbers continue to rise as 2.0 blessed us with such a good patch to play on. I have to give a shout out though. The crowd was incredible today. Thank you so much to everybody here at CEO for supporting Guilty Gear Strive. Please give yourself a hand. This was amazing.
What a top 8 packed house here at CEO. It never gets old, ProXY. It never gets old being under the lights, seeing the ring, seeing the entrances. And we had some good ones this year.
We really did. Listen, man. From waiting to see if we can become the new master to wave checks with substitutes, you know, we had it all, absolutely. But that is just the energy that CEO brings. I promise you, if you've never made it out to Central Florida, if you've never been to a CEO, let this be your moment. Let this be your sign. You have got to make it out. The theming is incredible. The tournament is ridiculous. The vibes are completely unmatched. When this tournament's over, I'm running straight out to the pool. I'm going out the door. And that's a wrap.
I'm heading over to the pools to play more games. Let me tell you, that's what I am about to do. But it is not, CEO's not even over. That's the craziest part, right?
We're halfway done with day 2.
Yeah, there's still more after this. Obviously, the cosplay contest is going to come up right after this, which is going to be incredible. And then the night is going to end with some Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Y'all don't want to miss either of those. And then the fun continues all the way into day 3. Locked here on CEO Gaming, you're going to get Tekken, Street Fighter, and Marvel Tokon, the newest, hottest Arch System Works fighting game.
Absolutely. Glad to see a little more Marvel taking some shine. Always what makes me the happiest here is right now we are gathering up our top 8 competitors to be able to have our ceremony, give out those flowers that are so well deserved. I mean, what can you say?
Soul Bad Guy. That's Soul Bad Guy.
Hey, I love your game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
That's right. Oh, man. Listen, you can see the cosplay lining up. Like we said, so much action still to come, not just in the tournaments, but in the entirety, the festivities. Like you said, I mean, we have fishing, we have cosplay, tournaments across the board. Jabali World 24 hours. At 9 p.m. Eastern, there's going to be karaoke rocking in that room as well. Again, I hate to hit it over and over again, but if you need a sign, let this be your sign. CEO is the biggest, baddest tournament. We're back in Orlando, and we are not going anywhere. This is just the beginning, bro. It's just the beginning.
CEO stands for Community Effort Orlando. You all here in the arena and all of you watching at home are part of that community and part of the effort that brought us back to Orlando, where we are going to stay.
And Keekski, I love your game too.
Yeah.
I love seeing the
the cosplayers.
The parade coming behind us here is, again, just waiting on our players to be all lined up before we go on up and hand out another belt.
I love your game as well.
Just every time they roll by. Oh, man. But I do want to say, while we have a second, man, I love you, buddy. It's been so much fun to get to talk so much Guilty Gear with you for so long. It has been an absolute pleasure to get to share the stage with you, as well as everybody that continues to contribute to the scene. Not only just Guilty Gear, but the ArcSys games, the FGC in general. Everybody showing up big, which I mean, just makes me happier than I possibly could be. I'm so proud of my chosen family here in this room. What a good life we've gotten to live, man.
So good, man. And the things that fighting games do for us, right? And we are in a new era of Arc System Works fighting games. Obviously, Marvel ToeCon making a big splash. But don't be mistaken, Guilty Gear Strive ain't going anywhere. And the community, you all have made sure of that. 5 years strong, still getting crazy entrants online and offline. Guilty Gear Strive is here to stay. And we still have 2 more characters remaining in this season.
That makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Every time a DLC is on the horizon, I get a little bit nervous. But, you know, honestly, the way that they've handled all the new characters, the way they've handled all the returns, I'm excited to see where it takes us.
Oh, I am. I know we got a guest character coming up, so that's going to be exciting. Place your bets in the chat, and, of course, one other character. I know the reason why you're scared is because you just don't want Zappa to mix you to death.
No, I want him more than anything. Nothing would makes me happier than being seeing that character come through. As I just heard over the speaker, I'm looking for Nitro right
Looking for Nitro, bro. Busy man. Multiple games going on here, you know. But we're just getting our competitors in the ring to get to our award ceremony. Just waiting on our one man who's fashionably late.
Listen, man, he's a touch.
Slow start.
He's a touch too Hollywood for his own good. Absolutely.
Those of you who know.
You know, there was an era of the slow start. You know how it is, but it's all good. And he's back on his stuff. He's back at the mix. I believe in this guy.
Ooh, man, I love that belt. The winged eagle.
There he is. He's just hopping through. He's back in the mix.
All right.
Luckily, he can just full jump through. We don't need no damn stairs.
Athletic.
Hey, with that though, we finally do have all our players in, so we're going to go up to the stage one more time to check in with your boy Jake Ryan to give out these well-deserved flowers.
Can we give it up one more time for our amazing Guilty Gear Strive Top 8, everybody? What an incredible showing from all these immense talents gracing Orlando, Florida today. And without further ado, we are going to present our medals. In 7th place, we have FlyQuest Nitro! Also in 7th place, we have Kshuewhatdamoo! Tied for 5th place, we have Ticklememour of Bad Moon. And in 5th place, the Nago Master, it's Hotashi. In 4th place, the pride and joy of TNS, it's Cheryo. In 3rd place, we have UMISHO. After an incredible performance, we have 2nd place, Oni RedIAmNot. And in 1st place, the queen has taken her throne. It's Peluna!
Oh, we get a sick jacket with it too? Okay.
Oh, that is absurdly clean.
I didn't know that was part of the prize pool, and there it is, the CEO belt hoisted high, the queen of the ring.
An absolute masterclass of the character, showing off she is certainly the strongest. Peluna, congratulations on a stellar performance.
And see you in New York.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, with that, obviously, as I've said, Guilty Gear continues to write the best stories, but that does close the book on this one for us for now. I want to give a big shout out to production, everybody involved. If you played in the tournament, whether you went 0-2 or you made it up to the stage, everybody involved in keeping this game as lively and as wonderful as it is, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. For just making my life just a little bit brighter every single time I get to be involved. And specifically to you, my boy, once again, thank you so much for getting to sit down with me. I always, again, whether it's the kitchen table or it's right here, I couldn't couldn't think of a better person to get to sit with.
Anytime, Proxy, just say the words. A match made in heaven, but so is fighting games and this community, all right? Through heaven or hell, we all stick together, and we will see you next year for more Guilty Gear Strive. But before that, don't forget to stick around, because it's going to be the cosplay contest right after this, followed by Avatar Legends. But until then, for me and Proxy, remember, CEO, Guilty Gear Strive, forever.